Here's Anoka football head coach Bo Wasurik, and we're getting ready for week 2. Coach, trying to rebound from a loss last week. You got a Forest Lake team coming in here riding high after an upset last week.
Yeah, we do. They played a good game last week. I think it's indicative of, or illustrated by the fact that we don't know what their punt team looks like. Watch the whole. Neither did STMA. So you go a whole football game without anybody punting, and so it leaves some things still a mystery going into week 2. But excited to get back out here. I mean, we saw a lot of really good things last week. Turn the ball over 4 times in the first half. You're not going to win many football games. But I think the kids really rebounded. I thought we played physical, and really excited to get back out here.
How do you turn those mistakes, turn them around, and then on the same side force mistakes on this Forest Lake team to take advantage?
Well, as far as forcing mistakes, I think we did a really good job of that last week. We forced 3 turnovers, and the kids, it was kind of an area of emphasis in practice this week is cutting down on those mistakes, really cleaning up some of the things we did, maybe simplifying a few things, and then continue to attack the ball when it's in the other person's hands and really try to make turnovers.
It's a Thursday night game. It's kind of warm here tonight. You're back to the regular Friday schedule next week, Coach.
Thank God. This has been a hectic first, 3 weeks of a season that I'm really looking forward to getting back on a normal schedule. We get a bonus day next week. I'm not going to know what to do with myself. I know my wife's going to be scared. I'll be at the house maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Well, thank you for your time. Good luck in this one.
Thank you.
All right, Tornadoes week 2, looking for that first win here at Goodrich Field. I'm Jim Erickson. We'll have the kickoff for you coming up next here on QCTV Sports.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look.
Back to the fence, and that's gone.
There it is. Ace to win the set. It's caught. 20-10 touchdown.
This is going to be in the gap.
Score! Yes! Score! Go to deflection. Yes! The Huskies win their first state championship.
Wonderful view of Goodrich Field on a warm Thursday, September night. Temperature, though, going down. Here's the sun goes down here tonight. Week 2 of the high school football season in a Metro Maroon North matchup. The Forest Lake Rangers taking on the Anoka Tornadoes along with Pete Hayes. I'm Jim Erickson. Great to be here at Goodrich Field. Back-to-back home games for the home team Anoka Tornadoes, and they're looking to rebound after losing to a good Shakopee team last week, Pete Hayes.
Yeah, Shakopee was rated 3rd in the state. Had a chance to watch that game last week, and lots of upper-end talent for Shakopee. Anoka comes in with a young quarterback and Evan Frecking, threw a couple of interceptions. I'm sure that he'll be better this week, and it should be a pretty exciting game.
So Bo Wasurik and the Anoka Tornadoes, he's in his 4th season. They're 0-1. Meanwhile, Forest Lake coming up off a big upset for new head coach Brad Beeskow, the Andover native and graduate of 2010, the class for the Huskies. They went and defeated St. Michael Albertville 35-20, and that one raised a lot of eyebrows and opened a lot of eyes.
Well, I know it opened mine up. St. Michael Albertville, always a power in football here in Minnesota. Sounds like Forest Lake played the perfect game. Special teams, their offense clicked, their defense clicked. They're going to need some of the same stuff here tonight to beat Anoka.
First time that I know that Forest Lake has ever come to Anoka. Do you know how far back do you have to go the last time the Rangers, because now they're in the same sub-district, Rangers Tornadoes, that's not a usual in really any sport other than maybe sectional play in some of the sports. It's really not a rivalry, but now we're seeing it with the new sub-district pairings.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and I'm sure Forest Lake's very excited to play in this beautiful stadium here in Anoka, and as Anoka is, but it's a new budding rivalry between Forest Lake and Anoka.
No doubt about that. Other games around the Metro tonight. Irondale's playing at Robbinsdale Armstrong. Mounds View's at Osseo. Benilde St. Margaret at Spring Lake Park, and White Bear Lake hosting Roseville. Those games at Osseo and at White Bear Lake tonight. Those are other games in this Metro Maroon North Subdistrict. One more game in this district coming up tomorrow night. East Ridge is at Stillwater. A year ago, the Tornadoes finished at 6-4, their best season since 2011. So Bo Wasurik in his 4th season, turning the program around, and it looks like that's what Brad Beeskow wants to do here for Forest Lake. And certainly he's off to a good start with that opening win.
Yeah, a few years back, Forest Lake was really struggling. They had a decent season last year, but they're looking to really build on that this year and be a power in this conference.
Forest Lake was 2-7. Their most number of wins, they had 3 2 years ago in 2020. That was their most wins since they had 4 in 2010. The last season they had a playoff victory. It's Forest Lake, it's Anoka. We'll kick it off from Goodrich Field. Week 2 of the high school football season coming up next here on QCTV Sports.
QCTV is now hiring for part-time associate producers. You can have a blast utilizing top-of-the-line broadcasting equipment, watching live events, and have fun all while being paid to be a part of our team. Production experience doesn't matter here at QCTV. Whether you're a 30-year broadcasting veteran or just starting out, we will make sure that you are equipped to be a part of our high-quality productions. Not sure if you have the time to commit to a fixed schedule? No worries. QCTV utilizes flexible scheduling so that you can pick the shifts that you want to work on. To learn more, please visit our jobs page at qctv.org/jobs. From there, you can learn more about this position, and if interested, submit your application today.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Beautiful night here tonight, 83 degrees, last check here in Anoka, Goodrich Field. As Forest Lake and Anoka ready to battle here in week 2 of this season. Thursday night game, back to the Friday night schedule next week. Tornadoes opening with 2 home games, and then they'll finish the season playing 3 of their last 4 on the road. Pete, you saw the Tornadoes game last week against Shakopee. We had some comments from Coach Wasurik earlier. What are your thoughts on what they need to do tonight? There were some good things, it sounds like, in the game last week. What do they need to improve on this week?
Well, I'd like to see them spread the ball around a little bit more, maybe get a few more running plays. They really rely on their passing game, which is a good passing game. You know, and they got a top receiver in Eli Paulson who had 17. That's right, 17 catches last week in a loss to a very good Shakopee team. So you're going to be seeing a whole lot of number 7 Eli Paulson, but I think they're going to need to run the ball a little bit here more.
I'm also excited to see offensive tackle Grant Chapman, who last check I think has had 5 Division I offers and is going to be a real beast on that offensive line, anchoring that offensive line here for Anoka. The Tornadoes will start on defense. Cham Kwame will do the kicking. Special teams, a lot of maroon here, although Anoka wearing their more grayish jerseys here tonight. That's a new jersey color, it looks like, Pete.
Yeah, I like them with the white helmets. I've never seen white helmets here before until last year. So, hey, let's try it out, huh?
Forest Lake is in the white, and here is the Kwame kick. It is high, it is angled, and it'll be taken by Weston Hoyt, who took one 85 yards last week. He's at the 40, breaking tackles, 45 up to the 47. And what a start. Weston Hoyt went 85 yards in a kickoff return last week against St. Michael Albertville. He was close to breaking that one.
Yeah, he sure would. You could see that wedge setting up right here, and there's a big opening for him. And he showed some great speed right there. Anoka's lucky to make that tackle right there and not be down 6-0 early.
Forest Lake led by their quarterback Keegan Zeidler, 7 of 9, 150 yards last week, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he had 98 yards rushing out of that spread formation. Ziegler wearing number 18, the senior, out of the spread from the 47. First play of the game. Ziegler to toss across the middle. It's caught. Jake Johnson. And he's inside of Anoka territory down to the 47.5-yard line. Gain of nearly 5 on that first play of the game here for the Rangers.
Yeah, coming up making a nice tackle there was Sawyer Chell. Chell, the only returning D-back for Anoka this year. So I think he's going to get a lot of hoy and coming up and trying to make some tackles for this young defense.
There you see the starting offense here in that spread for the Forest Lake Rangers for first-year head coach Brad Beeskow. 4-year letter winner at Andover, 2-year all-conference for the Huskies. Graduated in 2010, second down and 4. They'll go on the ground here this time, and it's going to be enough for a first down. Leighton Patzer, 131 yards rushing last week on 9 carries in the win over the Knights. Gets a first down to the Anoka 41-yard line. And here's the Anoka defense. That 3-4 base. Novotny, Berglund, and Starks up front. Linebackers will be key. And the Tornadoes will need improved play from the defensive backfield as well. First down and 10. Nice opening drive here. Quarterback Zeidler. Pitch option, far side. Patzer, he dropped it. Ball's loose. Tornadoes say they have it. And they do. Tornadoes force 3 turnovers, although they committed 4 last week, Pete. They get an early one here after a first down by Forest Lake. They fumble the ball, and the Tornadoes will have it offensively here for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I think that's Logan Jungling who fell on the ball for Anoka, senior outside linebacker. Taking a look at it right here, didn't handle the pitch, hit him right up in the face mask area. And Jungling got on top of the ball, and that's going to be a big thing with today's game, Jim, is turnovers. You know, Anoka got beat last week because of it, and Forest Lake won because they didn't turn the ball over.
Logan Burns, the center. Evan Frecking, the quarterback. First down and 10. Good starting field position here for Anoka. Tornadoes 0-1 on the season, and it'll be Frecking with the keep across the 45. To about the 46-yard line. Of course, last year they had Jacob Deutschman, who had such a fine year for the Tornadoes. And last year against Forest Lake, Jacob was 24 of 32, 231 yards, and a touchdown. He was fun to watch last year as a senior quarterback.
Yeah, Deutschman's up at St. John's this year, probably watching this game. And they did lose 3 of their 4 wideouts, so a new core except for Paulson.
Both teams play that spread with 3 wide receivers. Man in motion is Eli Paulson. They'll swing it to the motion man. He makes one man miss, but the second and third man will not miss. That'll be a loss on the play. And jumping up and making the tackle was Howie Johnson, the defensive tackle. He read it well. He is just a freshman and a big boy.
I was going to say he's a freshman. I want to watch this kid play, and he is a big boy.
Starting offense for the Tornadoes and head coach Bo Wasurik. You'll see his son at tight end, PJ, following in the footsteps of his father. Of course, was a tight end with the Golden Gophers, played under Jim Wacker. 3rd and 9 here for the Tornadoes on their opening possession of the game after the turnover. Frecking rolling against the grain, comes to the 45. He'll keep. He'll be shy of the first down. Forced out of bounds, shy of the 50. And in there on the tackle was Colby Christensen, the linebacker. And the starting defense here for the Forest Lake Rangers, also a 3-4 base. Everybody's going to the 3-4 base now. Vikings are going to the 3-4, and both of these teams base 3-4, according to what the coaches have given us. But coaches at the same time say we like to go with multiple sets defensively, too, based on the situation, I'm assuming, Pete.
Right. But right now, Anoka's going for it. I was going to say, I watched a few games last year, and Bo's not afraid to go for it at midfield on 4th down.
4th and 5, Frecking rolling. It's like a run pass option. He'll toss it down the sideline and incomplete. Diving attempt. Trey Borchers along the Forest Lake sideline just ran out of real estate on that dive attempt. Anoka will turn it over on downs. And Forest Lake will get it first down and 10 in good starting field position. Their second possession of the game here at the Anoka 48.
Well, that's a tough get right there on here's a quick look at it, looking to try to get his hands on it on the outside. Is number 8 for Anoka. Looking at my sheet here to make sure Trey Borchers couldn't quite come up with it, so they hand it right back over to Forest Lake at midfield.
Zeidler, team captain. 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a slot, and a man in motion. And they're going to give it to Patzer. Flag is down as Patzer gets inside the Anoka 45 to the 44. Our officials tonight will get the call here. We've got it mic'd up. Our white hat.
Holding. Number 5. Offense.
So a hold here on Forest Lake. That's Steve Walker, our referee tonight. Our umpires, Scott Grahams, Doug Palachek, the line judge. Brian Schmidt is the head linesman. And Terry Eink, our back judge from the Gopher State Officials Association in the stripes here tonight.
A little windy down there on the field, Jim, and
yeah.
you can hear it through that mic.
Well, that helps when it's in the 80s here for the guys to cool off a little bit.
That's for sure.
And even down here in the bowl of Goodrich Field, the wind getting down to the field, which is a good thing. I'm sure that doesn't always happen from other directions, a north or an east wind.
Well, the NFL starts tonight out in California. It was about 117 there today.
Ooh. First down and 22. That hold was a couple of yards in the backfield. Here for the quarterback, Zeidler, trying to make that up. Here's the option. Here's his pitch. Gives it up to Patzer. And again on the ground. And again, the Tornadoes have it. So there's a problem between the quarterback and his running back. That's twice now that they haven't connected on that pitch. And it's on the ground, and Tornadoes cover it up again. Yeah. And it looks like it was a Chell again. Sawyer Chell. Elijah Paulson was in the vicinity as well. He was jumping up and down. Take a look at the replay.
Yeah, I thought that was number 7. I didn't know that Paulson's over on the defensive side, unless they go with 2 7s here. Otherwise, that was 7 who jumped on that ball, Paulson. And Anoka's in business.
So they get good starting field position. That's 2 turnovers here for the Forest Lake Rangers. They played almost a perfect game last week against St. Michael Albertville. That has not been the case here so far tonight with the 2 fumbles on the pitches.
So that was Chell with that.
Oh, and here's a fumble and a missed opportunity here for Anoka. Mishandled handoff. It'll be a loss on the play. It'll be second down. So this is week 2. But we're seeing some mistakes and some mishandled snaps, some mishandled handoffs and pitches here. That was a high snap. He brought it down. The handoff just did not connect. And they give to Ethan Mossman. Luckily, they were there to recover it here for the Tornadoes. Second down and 14. So it's been a bit sloppy. Forest Lake looked good early offensively. Fracking rolling here on second down. Will toss, tip, deflected, and out of bounds.
Yeah, it's close right there.
Incomplete.
But I think it was a good no call.
Afi Abuikwe, the intended receiver here for Anoka.
Here's another look at it. See if the defender got there a little bit early. Ooh, that's close. But as long as they stay consistent,
yep,
that's what
right.
I used to say. Stay consistent, and you can live with that as a coach.
It appeared that Colby Christensen got a hand on, deflected that pass. 3rd and 14. Evan Frecking, the junior quarterback, 6'4", 180. Quarterback draw. He's going to run, try and zigzag his way for yards. He'll get to the original line of scrimmage plus a couple, but only to the Forest Lake Ranger 41-yard line. Make it 4th and long.
I don't know if that was the call play or it kind of broke down or he just didn't find a receiver on that one, but he did cut the yardage in half, and you know Anoka's going here again on 4th down. Looks like about 4th and 8.
Just shy of the Forest Lake 40-yard line here in the first quarter. Approaching 8 minutes left, no score. Frecking to roll again against his body. Here's the throw. Man is open. It's caught. That's a Beakway, and he's down to the 30. And Anoka has their first down of the game and a gain of 10.
Yeah, he was the only one over here to the left-hand side. They bunched it up over on the right-hand side. I thought they might try to look for Paulson cutting off of that 3-man bunch on the right, but Frecking rolled left on him for first down.
Tornadoes inside the 30. Looking to strike first. On the ground to Mossman, and he's down to about the 26-yard line for Ethan Mossman.
Saw some good stuff out of Mossman last week. He's only a sophomore, so sky's the limit for this kid. Frecking's a junior at quarterback, so a young backfield for the Tornadoes.
Tornadoes lost some good skill players from that team last year. That went 6-4, 3-1 in the sub-district. Their only loss was to White Bear Lake last year. Stillwater won the Metro Maroon North at 5-0. Anoka being in this Metro Maroon North, they're the only Anoka Hennepin team. They have been separated from all their Anoka Hennepin brethren. Here's a toss, fade to the corner. Ibikwe from Frecking, and it's incomplete. So it's weird to be in a district with no Blaine, no Coon Rapids, none of the, no Champlain Park, no Andover, none of the Anoka Hennepin schools.
Yeah, they kind of took all those rivalries away, which I don't like, but schedule-wise, you got to like this. Playing some different people. It's hard to travel to these places, but looks like kids are doing it so far.
Rangers with those yellow helmets. 3rd down. 7 yards to go after the incomplete pass. Frecking to pass. Here comes the blitz. They set up the middle screen. Mossman's got it, but he's going to be hauled down from behind. Mark Rendell, the linebacker, read it perfectly, and he drags him down. Shy of the 1st down.
Boy, that was a nice play by Rendell right there. He was the only guy back. I thought that was going to bust for Anoka. Everybody was coming for Forest Lake, but he ran him down from behind. And I heard when I was down the field that he's a pretty good wrestler over there at Forest Lake.
Both of these teams and schools with good wrestling programs. 4th down, going for it again. Coach Wasurik shouting out instructions offensively, and now he'll be forced to call timeout after some offensive confusion here. You're close to the red zone. It's 4th down. You want to make sure everybody's on the same page offensively, so probably a good timeout there.
Yeah, absolutely. With about 15 seconds left, you saw Coach Bo's hands ready to go there. He wasn't liking what he was seeing. So good call by Anoka, and this is a big play here in the first quarter. Forest Lake's giving Anoka a couple opportunities. You got to cash in on it.
We were talking about wrestling, and I was reading something off season that a piece that was written about Coach Wasurik and the Anoka Tornado program. And this past season, Grant Chapman went and wrestled.
He did.
And helped out the Anoka wrestling team. And I'm sure that helps him. It both helps the Anoka wrestling team, but also probably helps him as an offensive lineman. I know a lot of linemen who also wrestle. They're very good, and it helps them. It's kind of interchangeable in some of the skills.
I think that's one of the reasons that he did it. And this year he's the captain of the wrestling team. Anoka has very good wrestling. 1 year of wrestling, and you're the captain. That kind of tells you the kind of kid that Grant Chapman is.
So Evan Frecking ready to run the offense here with Mossman, the lone back. 4th down and 3. They send Paulson in motion. It's a pass, and it's caught. Ibikwe turns and gets the 1st down. Inside the 15 to the 13. Nice, safe pass play executed well.
Yeah, Ibikwe's liking that one-on-one over there. Paulson came in motion, as you can see here, and a nice pass by Frecking, just enough for the 1st down. So they've done that twice here in this quarter.
Chapman, Olson, Burns, Nahr, and Knutson, the big men up front, doing a nice job. Here's the run option. It's going to be Frecking to the pylon. He is in touchdown. He got the pylon from this angle. It looked like maybe he had been out before the pylon. But the call on the field, touchdown, and Anoka scores first.
Yeah, Evan Frecking, nice little run there to the left side. Good blocking over there by Grant Chapman. And just stuck the ball over the line. We'll probably be able to get another look. And this is where Coach Bo likes to go for 2. So watch here. After we're going to take another look at it, Frecking, that's what he was going to do. He was taking off.
Right there. He got that ball great. He reached the ball out before he stepped out of bounds. Perfect. It's a 12-yard run. Frecking, swinging gate attempt here, and short. Just short of the goal line on the 2-point attempt. Eli Paulson, the ball carrier there. So the extra point short. 6:13 left, first quarter. Tornadoes up first here tonight, 6-0.
Yeah, good start for Anoka, and Forest Lake a couple of turnovers to give Anoka a couple of opportunities to punch it in. They do on that one. Unfortunately, don't get those 2 extra points, but early lead for the Tornadoes, just what they need after having a rough week last week, is to come out here and get on top.
Certainly helps their confidence after that rough first quarter last week against Shakopee. And for Forest Lake, they just need to hold on to the ball. Yeah, I know the first pitch was a little bit high, but is that on the quarterback? Is that on the running back at that point?
You know,
it's hard to know.
You can see too, Jim, that they have some real skilled people in that backfield if they can just get him the ball. You know, the quarterback, he's a good runner. That running back's a good one. So they just got to hold on to the ball and they'll be okay.
Right. And that's got to be frustrating because that's just a basic pitch play.
Yeah, you practice that over and over and over again. So let's see what they do this time around. First thing Anoka has to do is tackle Hoyt.
Yeah, Weston Hoyt is back deep. Cham Kwame is the kicker. They'll put it on that X on the 40-yard line here on the new turf. Second year of the turf here at Goodrich Field. Forest Lake also has new turf, new facility, new grandstand, new press box. They had a huge upgrade to their outdoor facilities within the last year. And Kwame approaches the ball, angles it, and it will be Hoyt from the 12. Up across the 20 and good coverage by the Tornadoes. Austin Meyer there in the coverage making contact and making the tackle. And the Rangers will get it here down 6-0 with 6:07 left in the first.
Yeah, much better job by Anoka there. A little bit more height on the kick, and coverage team does a nice job. And Forest Lake will come out on the 26, 27-yard line. Is that right?
Yeah, things they did there is they
22.
made him move lateral.
Right. Yep. Good job.
Almost right away, Hoyt had to run lateral and go laterally and didn't have the same burst that he had on that opening kickoff. First down and 10. 22-yard line here for the Forest Lake Rangers. Keegan Zeidler, the quarterback. Back behind him is Patzer. Now they'll hand it off to the wing. That is Hoyt. He's dangerous, gets to the edge, and then gets tripped up to about the 25-yard line. Last week, Shakopee had a lot of success, it sounds like, Pete, getting to the edge and winning the edge and getting around the edge. That's the first real outside play the Rangers have run, and Tornadoes did a good job on it.
Yeah, they did. Shell came up from that safety spot. It looks like they're playing him at a corner this week. And like I said, he's the one returner, really quick kid, and he's the one that made that tackle.
Anoka defense, 2 down linemen, 2 upright defensive ends. So 4-man front right now. And they go to Patzer. He springs it up the middle. He's across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. That's a first down here for the Rangers.
Yeah, that's a good running quarterback they have there. He showed that last week, or actually running back Patzer, 131 yards. He also had 19 receiving, so he has shown in that first week that he's a very capable running back.
Tight end here on the near side is Austin Selly, a senior. He gets set. Patzer in the backfield with 3 wide receivers. Third first down of the game here for the Rangers from their 37. Here's that read option, and they'll pitch it. This pitch is good, but Jake Deeb can't get the edge again. And it's covered nicely out on the corner. It was the strong safety, Braden Whaling, that came up and made the tackle. Gain of just 1.
Yeah, nice job by Whaling there coming up from that free safety spot, just getting him by the shoelaces there to bring him down for a 1-yard gain.
Brad Beeskow, the new head coach, signaling in the plays. He was the offensive coordinator the last 3 years at Holy Angels. Spent 2 years as a receivers coach at Augsburg, and as a product of Wisconsin River Falls. Was all conference there. Middle screen, it's up high, and it's off the hands of Patzer and will fall incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and long for Forest Lake.
I think Forest Lake got what they were looking for there. The house was coming for Anoka. Would have made that catch right there. Here's a look at it. Looks like he had some room to run, but pass was incomplete, and we go to 3rd down.
You also saw a video there of Grant Chapman and Mason Brent. Well, something happened with Chapman, and Brent was testing Chapman a little bit there. 3rd down and 9. Zeigler to pass, and it is going to be deflected. It'll end up incomplete. Zeidler had a man open, but it was deflected. Looked like he was trying to get it to Hoyt, one of his favorite receivers and targets, but it falls incomplete, and they were lucky it wasn't picked off.
Yeah, I think he tried to force that ball a little bit. Zach Anderson kind of dropped back into that free space there. He almost had the 3rd turnover by Forest Lake. I'm guessing he would like that one back again, but Anoka holds. Looks like Forest Lake's going to have to punt it away.
They did not punt once last week against St. Michael Albertville. That's pretty impressive. Vince Valentini, who does all their kicking and punting. And back deep will be Elijah Paulson. The snap, it's blocked. Blocked by Meyer, loose ball, It's still loose. Tornadoes trying to pick it up. That was Hodgman, who had dreams of picking it up and waltzing into the end zone, but he ends up with it. And a big play by the Anoka special teams, and they have it 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Well, that's why they didn't punt last week. It was a good snap. Anoka came in, blocked the punt. Like you said, thought he was going to run that one into the end zone. At least he held on to it. And Anoka knocking on the door again.
Austin Meyer the block. Diego Hodgman on special teams. The recovery. And Anoka right back in business here with 4:20 left in quarter number 1.
Well, important for Anoka to punch the ball in right here. Getting these opportunities early.
Chapman back in there. Right next to him is the freshman Mason Brent. I think Chapman was probably maybe warming up Mason Brent. Not the starter, but the backup on that left guard position here, the near side of the offensive line. Swing pass, meanwhile, here for the Tornadoes, incomplete. Tucker Olson was a starter at that left guard spot, but right now they have number 72, Mason Brent, 6'1", 210 pounds, and a freshman playing at left guard here for Anoka. They have 2nd and 10 coming up.
That's pretty impressive to be in that line. I think they're a little bit thin as it comes to depth when you go to a freshman, but he's probably pretty good.
Mossman the lone back. Play coming in from the sideline. Frecking, high snap. Mossman gets it and tunnels his way inside the 15.
Yeah, that was almost another bad snap there, Jim. Good thing Frecking's 6'3".
It does help.
Yeah, that was almost over the top of his head, and they can ill afford that.
And in that spread, it's, some teams run that spread where it's not a true shotgun. A lot of times you're a little bit deeper. Frecking is a few yards deep, but some of these shotguns are only a few yards. It gets to you in a hurry. Frecking with a quick swing pass, caught near side with the ball is Paulson. And he meanders his way to the 10. It'll be shy of the 1st down. Some of those pistols, when you got the pistol and you have the back right behind you, a lot of times a quarterback, it's not the old shotgun with Roger Staubach and Danny White with the Cowboys back in the 70s. You don't have the same kind of room between the center and the quarterback. Gets there in a hurry.
There goes Anoka on 4th again.
4th down. 3. Play action. Paulson has it. Tries to shake and bake for the 1st down. He's going to be tackled. Did he get it?
That's going to be close.
It's going to be very close. Reed Olson, Weston Hoyt ends up making the tackle. He's their only two-way starter for this Forest Lake offense and defense. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like they gave him just inside the 8, and that seems to be where the marker is.
Yeah, I'm looking at that flag over there. They're saying no 1st down.
Nope, it's short. They didn't even bring the chains over to measure. So it's short. Forest Lake defense holds.
That's a big stop right there. I thought they were going to go back to Paulson, and he couldn't quite shake it, but Anoka coaches are going, let's measure this thing at least.
That's what Coach Wasurik is out there talking about. Frecking was over there talking. It was either we want a measurement or they weren't happy about the spot where it went out of bounds. Tornadoes will settle back in, head back to the sideline. Tornadoes bring their defense back out on the field. 1st down and 10. Less than enviable starting position here for the Forest Lake offense and Coach Brad Beskow and their senior quarterback Keegan Zeidler. Sends Jake Deeb in motion. And here is the handoff to Patzer, and Patzer gets his way across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Tough runner. He's a slasher, but also he looks like a pretty tough runner as well. He can get the yards after contact, and that's enough for a 1st down.
He's not the tallest kid out there, but he's thick. He looks like he's got a little bit of muscle tone on him there, so he's not easy to bring down.
Leighton Patzer, a junior, 131 yards rushing last week on 9 carries. And that win over STMA. Deeb in motion. This time it's a keeper by Zeidler on that read option with Patzer. a couple up to the 25. It'll be second down. They'll mark it shy of the 25. In fact, they'll put it at the 24.
You know, just like last week, when they go up the middle, Anoka does a pretty good job of it with those two middle linebackers. It's the outside that gave them problems. So be interesting to see if Forest Lake keeps trying to probe into that middle.
Even though last week Zeidler was 7 of 9, 150 yards on the in the victory against St. Michael Albertville, they've primarily been on the ground. As I say that, they're ready to toss on second down. The pass is caught. Johnson was hit immediately at the sticks, very close to first down.
Yeah, that's Chell coming up and laying the boom.
And he's a little shaken up, it looks like.
Anoka can ill afford to have Chell. Sawyer Chell, the senior D-back, come out. Looks like he's going to be okay here. He's getting off the field on his own.
A slight little hitch in his giddy up. And they did not make the first down, so third and short, and they'll bring in what we like to call the jumbo package. They bring in the linebacker Hunter Gruba to play fullback. With Patzer in the backfield. He's at a wing on the left side. In fact, it's a direct snap to Patzer, and he has a first down. So they went with kind of a wildcat look. And the direct snap to the running back Patzer. He's to the 40. That's a gain of 11 and a first down here for the Rangers.
Yeah, if you were Forest Lake, you were liking the way that was looking. As soon as they brought him in, they had numbers in that middle there. And he found that hole and got a first down for Forest Lake.
Rangers offensive line, Selly, Lincoln, Stebleton, Caldwell's the center, Houston and Morris. Selly is the tight end. Getting their team a first down here from the 40. Zeidler, Patzer, and he stood up immediately in the backfield. No room because Zachary Welch tied him up immediately. Met him in the backfield.
Yeah, nice spot job by Welch there, filling that hole. Leaves it at 2nd and 10 for Forest Lake here. Probably one more play before the end of the first quarter.
Carson Lewis should get credit there as well. He had sealed the inside. 20 seconds left in this first quarter. 2nd and 10. Movement.
I think they're going to get Anoka on that one.
Yeah, they came across. Were they drawn?
Offsides. Defense. 5-yard penalty.
Javion Starks, I think the right end on the defensive side for Anoka. Tried to get a little jump on it there.
He reacted. There was nothing illegal about the motion by the receiver Hoyt, and I think they reacted to the motion. With 6.7 seconds left in our first quarter. Clock won't stop after the penalty until the snap of the ball on 2nd down and 5. Little crisscross action, and they give it off to Hoyt. Hoyt to the outside. He's got a first down into Anoka territory. To the 48, maybe the 47. Clock will stop here with the first down.
Yeah, Whaling coming up for Anoka there. He's had a pretty good first quarter here. Made a couple of nice tackles in open space for Anoka.
They'll wind the clock, get it going, and the final seconds of this first quarter will tick off, and we've played one here at Goodrich Field in Anoka. Tornadoes with a 6-0 lead.
Let's go see your room.
How is it? Is it good?
About to start the second quarter from Goodrich Field. Week 2, second home game here for the Tornadoes. Trying to get that first win of the season. First quarter, Forest Lake got the ball, got a nice opening kickoff. Got a couple of first downs, and then on offense, couple of fumbles. One pitch was up into the face mask. The other one was behind the running back Patzer. Here's our lone score. Evan Frucking doing a great job tight roping the sideline and getting that ball inside the pylon. 2-point conversion attempt came up short, and we're 6-0 here. Second 12 minutes up on the scoreboard with Forest Lake in the Anoka side of the field here. First down and 10 from the Tornado 47. Man in motion was Johnson, and working his way down to the 40. Nice carry by Deeb. Actually, that was Zeidler himself, the quarterback, with the keep. A lot of zigzag action in the backfield, a little sleight of hand, and Zeidler, the quarterback, who had a good game rushing last week, ended up with 98 yards and a touchdown. He can run the ball off of that run option.
Well, he's a big kid. He throws the ball a little bit. I'd like to see him throw a little bit more here. I think we're probably going to see a little more of this in the second quarter. But nice drive for Forest Lake so far.
Second down and 4. Zeidler sends a man in motion. This time he'll give to Patzer to the 36. Enough for a first down. Gains 5. And a nice offensive possession here for Forest Lake. The key for them was holding on to the ball, not putting it on the field. And they haven't done that on this possession. They've been able to move the sticks.
Yeah, absolutely. And we might be looking back on that couple of inches that Paulson couldn't get for Anoka there down on the goal line as this game goes on.
Austin Selly comes in at tight end on the right side. Reed Olson split wide left at the bottom of your screen here for the quarterback Zeidler. Snap, back to pass, pressured from the backside, scrambles, tries to get back to the line of scrimmage. Flag is down. Probably more in the area of holding than a late flag, as the whistle was blowing as well. Zeidler was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but we'll see what happens there with the 2 flags on the field.
I think we're going to see one both ways, Jim.
Holding. Offense. 82. 10-yard penalty.
Must have picked that other one up, or they threw it down for the same call.
Must have, because the second flag came in very late. You'll see the first one here. It's on the scramble. And that's already on the field, and then
I think late.
So 10 yards from the spot of the foul, pushes it all the way back to the 49. First down and 22. Zeidler. Jet sweep fake. He runs it right up the middle. Nice pickup inside the 40. Gets a good chunk of that yardage back. Bring up second down and 13.
A good size line for Forest Lake. It looks like they have the size advantage over Anoka's defensive line. They might be wearing on them a little bit right now. It's a nice drive and gets a big hunk, like you said, of that penalty yardage back. But Forest Lake keeps kicking the tires.
Keegan Zeidler, the quarterback. And we're going to get timeout Anoka. Tornadoes taking their second time out of the game. That win last week for Forest Lake, their first season opening win since 2018, when they defeated Park of Cottage Grove. Entering this year, in their previous 11 years, they were 14-81. So that's the program that Coach Biskow is trying to turn around. And again, they haven't won 4 games since 2010. That was the last time they had a playoff win against St. Francis. So really, you look at it, Coach Biskow is trying to do what Bo Wasurik is doing with Anoka here. Turning the program around. So far, so good. As you take a look at the Metro Maroon North, you've got basically it's a mix of some teams from the old North Suburban or Northwest Suburban and the old Suburban East.
Yeah,
Forest Lake, Stillwater, Mounds View, Roseville, White Bear, all from Suburban East, then Osseo and Anoka in there.
Yeah, way back when I coached, White Bear Lake was in our conference.
Yeah.
Roseville was in the conference. Mounds View was in the conference.
It's fun to go back and look how conferences and things have morphed and developed over the season. Here's a little reverse play, and it looks like it's going to be successful for Hoyt. He's down the sideline, and he's in. Touchdown. Reverse action in the backfield, sprung the corner, and Forest Lake has tied this game.
Well, Hoyt's the fastest guy on the field. The only guy that can run with him, I think, is Sawyer Chell. And when he sees that opening, he put his head down and he hit it. Right here. Look, good view as a running back. Cut it back up the middle. Ran by all the Anoka defenders into the end zone. And we are tied up.
Extra point kick coming up. Vince Valentini was 5 for 5 on point afters last week against St. Michael Albertville. He'll try and give his team the lead. It is up.
I think he
and
missed
it's no
it.
good. Looks like he pushed it right. So the kick no good. 6-6, all tied up. Couple minutes into the second quarter. Pretty evenly matched game here between two teams that seem to be evenly matched on the field.
Yeah, this is going to be a big possession for Anoka here because Forest Lake's feeling it now. At the beginning of the game, I don't know if it was nerves or what it was, but mishandled a few balls. Anoka had a couple opportunities, capitalized on one. But Forest Lake right now they're feeling it, so Anoka's got to come out here and punch back.
39-yard run. Hoyt around the left end and now the near sideline, tying the game at 6. Weston Hoyt, a wide receiver, but also very dangerous when he gets the ball in his hands, not just catching the ball, but with the ability to run in the open field. And he's one of the guys, apparently, you know, he's a guy they like to get the ball in his hands when they can.
Well, I'm looking right now, Jim, down at the Anoka sideline, and I see that TV down there. It's bigger than TV I got in my living room.
No, it's amazing the technology now available. I remember when I started high school, they had just switched from the old film, real film, to VHS.
Right.
For, you know, recording the games. It was just, they were just a couple of years removed from using the old film with the projector. You have to set up the projector to go over the tapes of the game. Now it's all digital and you can put graphics on there and stop it and start it. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and you have 700 clips of yourself and blown up pictures, and I don't know if I
don't know if I would have liked to look at that. That would have been too much exposure.
I don't think I can find one in my parents' house. Wasn't a lot of highlights I had, but would have been fun to see anyway.
Here's the Valentini kickoff. First time we see him kicking the ball off in a tied game at 6. Paulson, the tornado deep, and they're going to whistle this down. Offsides on the kicking team, I'm going to assume. Somebody crossed that 40-yard line before the foot met the ball.
Yeah, I think that's what I saw the official on the sideline show us, was offsides.
That'll move him back 5 yards. Valentini, senior kicker and punter, will get another chance at it.
I'll tell you what, Jim, nice crowd here at Goodrich Field tonight. Good crowd over there on the Forest Lake side.
Certainly.
I guess that's not too far away, but good student sections here, and you got to like Friday night football.
It is Thursday night tonight. Valentini again angling the near side. Paulson going back, and he'll take it at the 16. Angles to the middle, across the 20, makes one man miss, sidesteps another one, cuts it up the middle, 35-40. Nice return by Elijah Paulson, the senior wide receiver and return man, and good starting field position here for the Tornadoes.
He is a little water bug. Watch him go. Whoop, whoop. There he goes again. By ya. I would do a little bit more studying of the Anoka kickoff team and probably try to kick it away from him.
Jackson Marr on special teams made first contact, 1st and 10. Brand new game after that Forest Lake touchdown, tied at 6. Rangers have all 3 of their timeouts here in the half. Tornadoes have spent 2. 4 wide receivers for Frecking. Good protection. Floats it down the middle. It's caught. The running back Mossman all the way down to the 30. 31-yard pickup. Found him in the seam, and he was wide open.
You know, Jim, watching this, Mossman came wide open because Hoyt was paying so much attention to Eli Paulson on the right side, got himself out of position. I saw him cheat over to that side when he saw Paulson.
Mossman now takes the handoff. And he gains 1 to the 29.
That's a nice throw there by Evan Frecking to find Mossman.
You know, and sometimes that running back coming out of the backfield, it's easy for him to sometimes get lost in a pass pattern, and got sandwiched in that seam between the linebackers and the defensive backs. 2nd down and 9. Frecking again. Quick toss on the far side. This one's caught. Ibwike, it's been a while since he's targeted Ibwike, who was his favorite target early on, and he does make the catch. And on 2nd down, gets a nice pick of about 6. It'll bring up 3rd and 3.
You know, you're going to have all these teams paying a lot of attention to Eli Paulson, and they should. That's going to leave a little bit of one-on-one coverage over to that far side.
Paulson in the slot here in the near side. 3 wide receivers. Left hash for Frecking. Snap. 1 step. Toss in traffic. Ibwike, the intended receiver. He had 3 defensive players and backs around him. And it'll be incomplete with Reed Olson leading the charge there on the coverage. 4th down.
Yeah, they might have got a hand in there, but that was thrown right on the button. But a hand could have came in there. Otherwise, it hit him right in the numbers.
Temperature at kickoff was 83 degrees here in Anoka. Down to 81 now.
Nice breeze.
Sun has set and a nice breeze. Frecking pressured. Toss. Low and incomplete. Trapped on the ground by Trey Borchers. The Anoka sideline thought they caught it, at least the fans, but it's incomplete. On 4th down, the Rangers hold and they'll get it.
Yeah, big stop there by Forest Lake. Ball thrown a little bit short there by Frecking. Here's another look at it. I'm sure our crew will be right on it. Yeah, it went down in between his legs there. Picked it up off the turf. So good call and good coverage by QCTV.
1st and 10, Forest Lake. They scored on their most recent possession. 39-yard run by Hoyt. 2 wings here this time for the quarterback Zeidler. Read option. He keeps, and he busts it up the middle for a 1st down. Gain of 15. He has good speed. He's able to burst through that defense, that first line of defense, and he gets a 1st down.
Yeah, I think they're seeing something in the Anoka defense right now. He's holding the ball a lot more than he did in that 1st quarter. Picking up some big yards just like he did in the 1st game.
Yeah, he had nearly 100. Now they'll spread it out here on 1st and 10 from their 37. Patzer. He has a nice hole on the right side. He bounces it outside. That's another 1st down. Picks up 12 close to the 50-yard line. And that Forest Lake offensive line right now running downhill the last couple of plays.
Yeah, they've been kind of a 3-headed monster here lately with Patzer and Hoyt and Zeidler. All 3 of them picking up hunks of yards against the Anoka defense.
From the 49, Patzer's the back here out of that pistol. In motion, taking the handoff, Jake Johnson. Johnson breaks 1 tackle in the backfield, gets some positive yardage. Enters Anoka territory to the 47-yard line. And the Anoka tackle Zachary Welch, sophomore linebacker. 2nd down.
Yeah, he ran him down from behind right there. So nice tackle to keep the down and distance. Reasonable for the Anoka defense.
Two wings this time. Johnson in motion. Zeidler keeps through the hole and he gets a 1st down. That's been a successful play. You've seen multiple sets here. They've gone back and forth from the spread with 4 wide receivers. Then they come back in with a couple of wings and just 1 receiver wide. And they've been able to exploit something here in the Anoka defense as they get another 1st down and a Ranger player down.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to change anything until Anoka proves that they can stop that, because he's getting big chunks of yardage every time that they run that.
I believe that's their left tackle, Ethan Lincoln. was down on the field.
They offer free, no obligation inspections on roofing, siding, and windows. All 763.
Looks like Benilde, St. Margaret's, and Spring Lake Park, and the Panthers 28-0. That's North Metro TV providing that coverage with us. A live look in from Spring Lake Park High School.
I think the Panthers have something this year, Jim. I know that they just handed it big time last week to Creighton Durham Hall, and Steve Walsh's debut as a head varsity coach.
Remember when he brought the Bears in here and defeated Warren Moon and the Vikings in the playoffs?
Unfortunately, I do.
Yeah. One of the most disappointing playoff losses, especially first round. I mean, nothing's more disappointing than Falcons-Vikings '98 NFC Championship game.
No, this doesn't look good for Lincoln right here.
He's got a limp.
Yeah, he's wobbling a little bit there. A couple of braces on his knees.
Was a first down play for the Forest Lake Rangers. Yeah, that Benilde at Spring Lake Park game. One of the games going on tonight. Osseo hosting Mounds View. Irondale, the Knights at Robbinsdale Armstrong tonight, and also in this district. The Metro Maroon North White Bear Lake is hosting Roseville, an old Suburban East rivalry. 1st and 10, Zeidler being pressured. He throws it across. Selly, the tight end, catches, and he gets a first down.
A new wrinkle right there by Forest Lake. First time they have targeted their tight end, as he came all the way across from the near side or far side of the field to the near side. Here's another look at it. The tight end comes all the way across. Quarterback rolls out, puts it right on the numbers. That's a gain of 9 or 10.
Braden Whaling made the tackle. If not for that tackle, it may have been a touchdown. Another first down here for Forest Lake. Patzer the back behind the quarterback Zeidler. This time he'll give it to Hoyt. He scored on that play down the left sideline last time. They try to go right this time. It's not a big gainer, but it's a good pickup on first down of 7.
I'm a little surprised they went the short side of the field on that. The more space that you can give him with that speed, the better opportunity he's going to have to break one.
Mitch Long was in the game. He'll check out here for Forest Lake. And I think the Rangers, it appeared like the coaches were coming out like they're going to call a timeout. They have all 3 of them. Clock is running here, nearing 6 minutes left to go in the first half.
Well, I'm going to be like the Twins announcers here when they call a home run. I'm going to call a quarterback. Going to put it in the.
You're going to make the call like Bert Blyleven used to make calls.
Bert Blyleven is the quarterback run right here.
2nd down and 3. Let's see what Zeidler does. Takes the snap.
I gave it.
It's the read option. He does give it to Patzer. And he may have barreled his way to a first down. Needed to get to the 20, and it looks like they're going to give him the 20-yard line of the Anoka Tornadoes. If it's not a first, it's going to be very, very close. 3rd down. Just shy. 3rd down.
Well, they've got a couple of chances to push this one, and I see the big linebacker Rendell coming in to the backfield off on the right side there, just behind the tackle.
And Forest Lake will use that timeout. Timeout Rangers here. 5:03 remaining in the first half. And a big 3rd down here. They're definitely in 4-down territory here as they try to claim their first lead in this game.
Yeah, nice looking team. That offense is starting to click a little bit now. I think the Anoka defense has been on the field a lot, Jim, and I think they're starting to wear down a little bit. So important for Anoka to try to get a stop here and not go down by a touchdown going into the second half, although there still is 5 minutes remaining.
Last week, Anoka lost to Shakopee 49-20. Frecking hit Paulson for a couple of touchdowns last week. Meanwhile, for Forest Lake, a 35-20 win over St. Michael Albertville. They have built. Have you seen the facility over at St. Michael Albertville? Their new high school and their stadium. It is really impressive.
Well, don't they have a new arena over there too?
Yep, they added a new sheet of ice. They've got 2 sheets of ice. at the new main rink. That area is growing quickly. Third down, less than a yard. Here's the toss to the end zone, batted and incomplete. Good coverage in the middle for Anoka as they tried to find Weston Hoyt on that post. It'll bring up fourth down.
Well, that's Chell right there on Hoyt, and I've heard that was going to be the matchup when he comes outside. A lot of times he's on the sideline because he's a defensive player first, but when he comes to that outside, Chell's got him.
Sawyer Chell with good size for a defensive back, 6'2", 195. Here's Patzer, first down and more to the 10, to the 5, and he's in. Touchdown. A fourth down conversion, 20-yard run for Patzer, and Forest Lake has the lead.
Well, you can see my gambles don't pay off very well with my last prediction, but I'm going to make another one. Forest Lake's going to win a few ball games this year. They're a nice-looking team, and looking at the schedule that they have, they're going to win some ball games if people stay healthy. So, nice drive by Forest Lake. They go up here, and it looks like they're only going to go for one instead of two and go up by 13-6. Missed the last one.
Yeah, Vince Valentini in to kick. Mitch Long is the holder. He missed the previous one. This one is good. And that makes it 13-6. Forest Lake, 4:52 left in the first half here from Anoka. And here's that play again.
Yeah,
that was the direct
speed.
snap. That was that direct snap on fourth down. The Wildcat. They like to do that with Patzer. It was successful earlier, and they convert. Not only get the first down, but they get the touchdown from 20 yards.
Yeah, Whaling couldn't quite bring him down. He's had a nice game so far, but he just got outrun. Tried to bring him down by the shoe tops there, but wasn't able to do it. Forest Lake goes in again. Let's see what Anoka can get going here with 4.5 minutes going. Yeah, definitely don't want to give the ball back to Forest Lake before the first half ends. So a little bit of ground control might be good for Anoka.
Another change that I think we talk about the technology and having the TV and the video and everything right there on the sideline. You know, the players that aren't on the field, their unit that's not out on the field at that time, they're really focused. They have to be focused. Back in the old days, you'd be sitting around, standing around watching the game. There wasn't that much interaction during the game as far as game adjustments and things, right, Pete? So that's got to be a big change.
Yeah, absolutely. And they get to see everything. They get to see your mistakes, too.
Valentini with the kick. It'll be Paulson, 20, 25 to about the 26. Before being brought down by Jackson Christensen for the Forest Lake Rangers, who lead this game 13-6.
Yeah, a kid no more can say, well, I didn't do that, coach. I did. No, it wasn't me. Well, it's right here on the TV.
Instant.
Yes.
Well, we're in a society now with technology of instant gratification.
Yes.
But this is the opposite of gratification.
Yeah, right.
if they're pointing out a mistake.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Goes both ways.
First down and 10. Tornadoes find themselves down for the first time tonight. Quarterback Frecking to his left. Running back Ethan Mossman with 4 receivers. Quick little play action jump, and they'll hand it off to Mossman. He'll get to the line, then push back. He got pushed back pretty hard defensively. Coming through there was the linebacker, it looked like. Sam Mills, who's actually defensive end.
Yeah, good defensive line push by Forest Lake there, pushing that offensive line into the backfield.
They gave him about a half a yard. We'll call it 2nd and 9. Frecking again. Looks near side, looks off that defender. Now he'll roll and scramble and throw and find Paulson right at the stick for a possible first down. I think he's got it across the 35 to the 36. And he does. First down, Tornadoes.
Yeah, good call by the offensive coordinator for Anoka, where they pushed someone deep to get Hoyt off of Paulson, and Paulson did a little curl up here got himself open and got a first down.
Frecking has thrown some good balls tonight. From that far hash, 1st and 10. Frecking rolls to the near side hash. Here's his toss right there on the money to Paulson again. He's into Forest Lake territory down to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, you talk about Frecking making some nice throws. He's making these throws, Jim. He's rolling all the time. It's not like he's standing in the backfield there, a pro quarterback. He's on the run and making some nice tosses.
And then Paulson able to get a few yards after the catch. Mossman now on the first down carry inside Forest Lake's 45 to the 43, picks up 5. Any team running the ball on first down, they'll take 5 yards, and the Tornadoes will do that here.
Yeah, Anoka moving up the field, also chewing up some clock. You know, they'd like to get in right at the end here, not give Forest Lake any time.
2 backs in the backfield now, and joining Mossman is P.J. Wasserich, listed as a tight end. It's the screen to Mossman, middle screen, first down and more. Down to the 32, and all of a sudden here's the Anoka offense starting to diversify, almost taking a page out of Forest Lake's book, how they diversified and opened up the playbook a little bit. Tornadoes are doing that now.
Yeah, absolutely. Good drive here by Anoka and Frecking. See if they can keep it going with just under 3 minutes to play.
First down from the 32. It'll be a run for Frecking, and he'll pick up some positive yardage to the 26. Quick decision for him to run there. He went back to pass. He saw he had nobody open. Then he saw a little alley down the middle. Decided to exploit it. 2nd down and 3. Gained 7 on that.
You know what I liked with Frecking? He covered up that ball when he thought he was going to get hit. So nice job by Evan.
2nd and 3. He'll throw this time. He finds Paulson, who's hit immediately by Hoyt. And he's shy of the first down. Weston Hoyt, their only two-way starter, wide receiver, kick returner, and also defensive back. 3rd and 1.
Short game now, 3rd down, 1 yard to go.
3rd and 1. Under 2 left. Frecking scrambles, cuts, first down inside the 20 to the 15. Gains 7 yards. And another Anoka first down as they move the sticks, and they are marching.
Yeah, nice drive by Anoka. Now they got to punch it in.
Hurry up offense, and that caused a high snap, and Frecking crawling, scratching, and reaching for the ball, and he covers it, but it's a big loss out beyond the 25-yard line.
I tell you what, you're driving, and then a bad snap. It's been close on a few of them, but there is a penalty marker, so maybe Anoka will be bailed out here.
Let's see what we get. Officials
they sure don't look
are
like
discussing. Steve Walker is our referee tonight in the white hat. They're putting the marker back where it was.
Illegal substitution. Defense.
Oh, that's big. That's big, Jim.
5-yard penalty.
Yeah, takes away a big loss of 13 or 14 yards, and instead ends up being a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, 69 trying to get off the field, and he was 10 yards from getting off the field. So great call by the official. Bailed Anoka out right there.
Sure did. Too many men on the field. First down and 5 at the 12. And another whistle. Timeout, Forest Lake. They will spend their 2nd timeout, each team with 1 remaining timeout. In what's going to be an exciting finish here to this first half with 1:47 left to go, and Tornadoes trying to tie it up and maybe take the lead.
Well, very impressive by Anoka, mixing the pass and the run on this drive, getting themselves down in good scoring position to try to, tie this thing up or take the lead. But Frecking's doing a little bit of running. Mosman's doing a little bit of running, and they're finding Eli Paulson. And that's a good combination.
Beautiful night. Not too bad if you're sitting and not exerting yourself. Still warm and humid, I'm sure, for the players. And hydration is very important in games like this. The Gatorade and the water and the electrolytes and everything. Looks like the fans, though, are enjoying it.
Yeah, absolutely. Good crowd here tonight.
And they should enjoy it too, Pete. You should enjoy t-shirt and short weather while you can, because we get in October and playoff football in November. They won't be dressed like this unless they get to US Bank Stadium.
Well, here we go.
1st and 5 from the 11. That's Frecking with Mossman to his right. Frecking rolling to his right. On the run, throws end zone, incomplete. Out of the reach of the intended receiver here along this near side, and it's incomplete. Trey Borchers, the intended recipient. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Looks like you probably could have ran for that one there, but with 3 more downs to get yourself 5 yards, not a bad idea there by Frecking.
Well, if they run that same play again, the defense has in the back of the mind that he is going to throw it, so he might have a better chance to run it if they do that again with that rollout here to the right side. With 1:42 left, clock stop, 4 seconds on the play clock. Frecking will toss across the middle. It's behind Borchers and incomplete. He had him open. If he leads him, he might have had a shot, but the throw is behind him, and it lands on the turf.
Yeah, it looked like there might have been some hands up in his face or something, but I'd like to see that. It looks like something was off a little bit for Frecking, and they threw the ball well behind Borchert. Here comes another look at it. Yeah, a big defensive lineman was right there.
He had to go over the top. 3rd and 5. Of course, they can get a first down without scoring. Fresh set of downs would be paramount here for the Tornadoes. Rolling here to the near side is Frecking. Here's his toss to Paulson, and it's off his fingertips and incomplete. And Eli upset with himself. They didn't come down with it. It was a little bit high, but I'm sure he's caught ones like that before. He was disappointed he didn't come down with it. That brings up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they might kick. Doesn't do that a lot.
Kwame is their place kicker, number 14. He's on the field. Trey Borchers the holder. Grant Chapman is the long snapper. They'll put it down at the 18-yard line. 28-yard field goal here for Kwame. The snap, the hold, the kick is good. 28-yard field goal. Kwame here for Anoka. They get some points, and it's a 4-point game.
That's a nice drive by Anoka. I'm sure that they would have liked to have gotten 6 out of it instead of 3. But that was pretty impressive, and we got ourselves a game here, Jim, at 13-9.
Scoring summary, Frecking with a 12-yard touchdown run at 6:13 of the first. And then Hoyt for Forest Lake, the 39-yard jaunt down the left sideline. 2 minutes into the second quarter. And that tied the game at 6. And then Patzer with a 20-yard run. The point after made it 13-6 at 4:52 of the second. And then here the 28-yard field goal by Kwame makes it 13-9 as another live look in. This is Armstrong and Irondale, courtesy of our friends at CCX.
Yeah, Armstrong with the upper hand in that one, 27-13. Only 4 minutes left in the game.
One of the 5 games going on here tonight. Later Thursday schedule tonight than last week, season opener.
Well, I have to give a shout out to the bands who are watching out in Montana, watching our broadcast. So their grandson's playing football here tonight, Carson.
Yeah.
And Dad's playing the music, and he said if you could give a shout out to the family who lives out in Montana, they're watching the game tonight. So
that's Carson and Caden?
Yes, that is.
Carson's a junior, Caden a sophomore. Thanks for joining the broadcast either on the YouTube or QCTV.org. Online, and of course the usual channel options via Comcast, as this one's going to be booted. Kwame showing off a good strong leg, booms that one 60+ yards on the fly into the end zone.
I was going to say Kwame's got a little bit of adrenaline going there.
I would say you kick a field goal like that.
Oh man, that thing's out of the back. I haven't seen that in high school football in a long time.
He really drives. You can see he drives the ball. It starts low. Same thing with his field goal.
You know, he gets some time at linebacker too for the Tornadoes.
1:29 left here for the Rangers. 1 timeout remaining. They're up by 4 after the touchback. They start at the 20-yard line. And Keegan Zeidler commanding the offense. Patzer is the back behind him. In motion, Jake Johnson. And probably somebody left early. 2 men in motion. A legal motion offense. It'll be a 5-yard mark off here against the Rangers.
Offense.
False start, the official call. First and 15, back to the 15.
Be curious to see what Forest Lake comes out doing. They haven't thrown the ball a lot, but to get down the field in a minute and a half, they might have to do a little of that.
Johnson in motion again. They fake the jet sweep. Zeidler with some backside pressure is going to scramble. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He could feel the pressure from the backside. Zachary Welch ends up making the tackle. Second down and long. And an official's timeout with a shaken up player on that far side.
It looks like Logan Jungling is down, the senior outside linebacker.
Yeah, he was part of that tackle as well and may have rolled up on him. So we'll get the trainer out there to take a look.
Well, I'm sure that Todd Springer, the wrestling coach, isn't liking that. Jungling, one of his captains, and DeShane, one of his stud wrestlers, went down last week with a broken leg. Logan's a tough kid. He'll get up. All those wrestlers are.
And he's able to run off under his own power. May have just got the wind knocked out of him.
Second down, 14 yards to go.
Second and 14 for Forest Lake. Key here for them is they have the lead. Don't cough it up. Don't give the Tornadoes a short field here, and Anoka will use their final timeout.
Yeah, I was going to say Anoka's used 2 timeouts. If they get a stop here on second down, they could start using their timeouts and try to get the ball back at about midfield. But
well,
that just went away.
You know, even if they don't get a turnover here, which would be very advantageous for them, force Forest Lake to punt, because the Rangers are going to be thinking about the last time they punted. The first time all season long it was blocked.
True.
Austin Meyer blocked it. Diego Hodgman recovered it. Diego could not quite get the perfect bounce. He had thoughts of scooping it up and coming right up to him in the breadbasket, and then trotting into the end zone for a special teams block punt touchdown.
Yeah, he was going to be the star in school tomorrow.
Yes.
Once again, second down 14 for the Rangers at their own 16-yard line.
Second down for Forest Lake following the timeout. They're now out of timeouts. Actually, they have 1 left. Anoka took that last timeout. And here's Zeidler, the quarterback. Good safe play across the original line of scrimmage, across the 20. Makes his way to the 24. That'll be third down and a timeout Forest Lake. So they will now spend their last timeouts. Both teams are out of timeouts with a 3rd and 6 up and coming.
That's a good timeout right there, Jim. You know, it's third down. If you don't make it, you let the clock run unless you're throwing the ball, which I really doubt they'll do. If you make it, now we're going to try to keep going here and see if we can get a score.
Anoka will get the ball to start the second half. And I'm sure Anoka had that in mind when they were thinking about whether to go for it or to kick that field goal to make it 13-9. Think, okay, kick the field goal. We'll stop them, maybe get the ball back before the end of the half. But at least we know that we have halftime to make adjustments, and then we can come back. We'll get that ball to start the third quarter.
Well, Hoyt's out there right now for Forest Lake. And as you can see, Chell's coming up on Hoyt, because that's one guy who could go 75 yards here.
3 wide receivers. It is Hoyt in motion. They fake to him. They will pass. It's a middle screen. Caught Johnson. 30, 35. First down and more. Out to the 39. So they did throw it, but they went with a safer throw, kind of that wide receiver screen. And they end up getting a first down. Big play by the Rangers.
Yeah, some good speed right there, too, by Jake Johnson. He almost broke that one. They're going to hurry up to the line here. This is showing Johnson's catch and run.
40 seconds remaining. Snap. Johnson off of that fake on the jet sweep, and the quarterback Zeidler ends up holding on to it and gets a nice run up the middle to the 45-yard line. Gain 6.
They got to get going here, Jim. Only 30 seconds remaining in the first half.
2nd and 4 now, nearing midfield for the Rangers. 18 seconds left. Johnson again in motion in front of the quarterback. Zeidler to pass. Rolling, pumps, throws it short to Johnson. Can he get out of bounds? He's to the 40. He's to the 30, and he breaks the tackle. He's down the sideline. There's a flag down. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, 46 yards, but there's a flag down the field. Was there an illegal block? We'll wait and see.
Well, I'll be curious to see if the illegal block brought him into the open. Otherwise, not a real smart play.
Block in the back. Offense, number 23.
Oh my, what would have been a big play. We can see on the replay whether that block sprung him or not. Was it necessary? Was it part of the play? Of course, it comes from the mark of the spot. Well, they'll mark it, the spot of the foul. That does help because it was well downfield.
They're going to wind the clock here.
Yeah, it looked like that block was right there, sprung him free. So just 3.5 seconds left. They'll have one play, probably take a shot at the end zone. They need to snap it here as they run the clock, and they do in the final second. Zeidler rolling to his right is going to throw it towards the corner, and nobody there. And then a late hit, I think.
Oh, man.
Going to be called here on Anoka. And, of course, the half cannot end on a defensive penalty as the quarterback Zeidler was on his back after he threw that ball.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense. 15-yard penalty. One untimed down.
So 15-yard penalty from the previous spot and an untimed play, untimed down to end the half. What a turn of events here to end this first half. What looked to be a Forest Lake touchdown. Called back on the illegal block. And now here a defensive penalty on the hit on the quarterback. And the Rangers will have one shot at it.
Well, that's going to move the ball down to about the 15-yard line, 17-yard line.
Yeah, they were outside the 30. This gives them a much better shot at it. Undowned or untimed play. Zeidler to pass, protection, across the middle of the end zone, intercepted. Picked off by Austin Meyer. Or is that Hodgman? It's 5 or 6. It's 6. It's Diego Hodgman playing center field and cutting in front of the intended receiver and intercepting it.
Well, that was an exciting first half, Jim. Both teams showing some positivity on offense, and we're going to be in for a really good second half here.
Yeah, an exciting first half coming to an end. We'll go to halftime here. And on the road, the Forest Lake Rangers lead the Anoka Tornadoes 13-9 here on QCTV. Deutschman fade for the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown.
That's Keenan Rodriguez, number 14.
Takes a quick shot. There's nothing. Look at it. Laser that one.
birria tacos, and craft cocktails. What else could you want? Currently known as Tasty Taco, but soon to be known as Mrs. Taco. It's located in the heart of Andover, Minnesota, and today we're hanging out with Vanessa. Big laughs and homemade food is the theme over at Mrs. Taco, and it's my kind of place.
Well, first of all, it's family owned. It's a small restaurant. We take a lot of pride, a lot of joy in what we do. I don't want to say we are a business, which we are, but more than a business, I want people to feel at home, that when they come, they feel welcome, that they enjoy every bite that they are having, that they are enjoying every drink they are having, because we put our souls and hearts in everything we do. We're very, very passionate about our brand, about our food, our freshness, our drinks, and that's what it's gonna make us different from everybody else.
Vanessa shows us around her beautiful restaurant, from the kitchen to the bar to the table.
Lovely, isn't that beautiful? It is.
Birria tacos is by far one of my favorite dishes. So, let's get a quick history lesson. Roll the tape. Legend says that birria tacos were created in 1950, and the word birria means exquisite, savory dish full of culture and tradition. Makes sense to me.
One of our biggest sellers are the birria tacos. Originally, that was made to be cooked with goat, but then we didn't know how well that was going to be, so we did it with beef. And it's been a big success. Andover is being great to us, very welcoming. We feel like at home, yes. We're very, very grateful to be part of the community.
All right, so Mrs. Taco is undergoing a menu change, so stay tuned for that. So to keep up with the latest changes, be sure to follow Mrs. Taco on Facebook and check out their website at tastytaco-mn.com.
QCTV is now hiring for part-time associate producers. You can have a blast utilizing top-of-the-line broadcasting equipment, watching live events, and have fun all while being paid to be a part of our team. Production experience doesn't matter here at QCTV. Whether you're a 30-year broadcasting veteran or just starting out, we will make sure that you are equipped to be a part of our high-quality productions. Not sure if you have the time to commit to a fixed schedule? No worries. QCTV utilizes flexible scheduling so that you can pick the shifts that you want to work on. To learn more, please visit our jobs page at qctv.org/jobs. From there, you can learn more about this position, and if interested, submit your application today.
We are here today with Joe McKenzie with Cars for Neighbors. And Joe, can you tell us some more about the history of Cars for Neighbors for our viewers out there?
Absolutely. Cars for Neighbors was founded 22 years ago in Anoka County by 4 Anoka County residents that were working in the community, in the churches, in the social services, as the business community. They recognized that getting from point A to B in a car that's how people were able to move forward in their lives. So they knew the importance of finding a nonprofit that could help repair vehicles for people that couldn't afford to repair their vehicles.
Gotcha. And is a nonprofit like Cars for Neighbors, is that still essential today as much as it was in the year 2000?
Absolutely. 93% of people in Minnesota use a personal vehicle to get from point A to B every day. That's 93%.
That's quite a lot of people.
When you realize you have to get to work or take your elders to appointments or your children, yes, Cars for Neighbors is as essential today as it was founded 22 years ago.
Speaking of that help, what sort of impact does Cars for Neighbors have on the Anoka County family?
I speak all over Anoka County, and I break it down this way. A car repair is our daily activity, but the outcome of that repair is economic opportunity, economic mobility, and economic empowerment. That person now can make decisions for themselves. And so we break it down to that simple approach. And when you start to think about it, that's what those repairs do.
Of course, because I mean, yes, we have a wonderful, bus and train system here, but the buses run on a certain time, and emergencies don't happen on a time schedule. So really, having that car is essential, and it's wonderful the work that Cars for Neighbors does. And so those repairs that you're making, what are you seeing in regards to vehicle repair? I mean, the technology is always changing, something's always kind of breaking. What kind of goes into fixing those cars and getting people moving around town?
Well, first and foremost, we take a safety approach. We want to make sure everybody is moving around in safe vehicles, you know, from good brakes to good tires to good suspension with our car care partner in Ham Lake, Meineke. We focus on the safety aspects of it because we all share the roads. But, you know, 6 months out of the year, it seems that those roads that we have are winter, and we got to make sure that we can all move about safely. But that also just gives people the confidence to be able to keep a job, look for a job, enroll their children into activities, or be able to volunteer for their elders. That's why it's so important to approach it with safety and just a safe running vehicle.
Of course. And if somebody's watching this program and they say, well, gosh, I could really use some help, or maybe somebody is looking for ways that they can help, where can they get some more information?
Just simply go to carsforneighbors.org. Everything up there you need to know in regards to our services and some of our guidelines, but also share that with people you know in your communities, in your faith organizations, in your families. It's important that we reach all four corners of Anoka County with this type of service, because together we can rally, we can keep everybody moving forward in their lives safely, and just you know, doing what they're supposed to do in their lives in regards to their work and their families, and just being part of that community.
Fantastic. Joe, thank you so much for coming into our studio and telling us all about that. What's that website one more time?
That is carsforneighbors.org.
Alrighty, you heard it here, carsforneighbors.org, and if you'd like to help out, or maybe you need some help yourself, make sure you check it out.
Do you remember our first group photo? This is it. Smiles all around, even though we were all nervous.
Who could have imagined that our first weekend together would soon turn into a lifetime of memories?
You're an amazing young man. Your brothers and sisters really look up to you. They're a big brother.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
There are so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I ain't never felt so much love before in my life.
So we put a call out to all of our students, from kids all the way to the older adults, and we asked them to submit 1 or 2 pieces of art. And so they filled out a form, and then we went through and we then accepted them, and they dropped them off, and then we hung the show. I think it's a way to celebrate their creativity. Showing their artwork with other people, it's also sometimes like the first step to be able to put it out further into the community. You know, they've taken classes, now they get to have a show, and then that gives them a little confidence that they can enter other places as well. So the Art Center is a very welcoming place. We have lots of classes for kids and adults and everybody in between. We have homeschool classes. We have Vitality Art, which is our 55 plus. We have workshops on the weekends. We all kinds of stuff. We also love volunteers. We always have stuff going on. We are a nonprofit. We, always need people to just come in and, do something. And we always have something for them to do if they'd like to do that. So what it means to me is it's a celebration of the Art Center. Everybody gets to put a piece in if they want to, and then they get to come and they get to see, everybody's work, and it's part of bringing our community together. Having a show like this is important for, students. I mean, to be able to see other people's work too, because then there's a shared inspiration. And for me, I just like to bring our artists together and, let them know that, you know, all their work is great and beautiful, whatever process they're at. And it's just a beautiful show of an intermix of kids and adults and painting and ceramics and mosaics.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
So while technically you can't go surfing in Champlin, but I may have the next best thing. Head on over to Nautical Bowls in Champlin. Walk up to the counter.
Welcome to Nautical Bowls. How are we doing today? Good. So we're going with the Sunrise Bowl, cruiser size, 16 ounces. You got it.
Then have a seat at one of their beautiful surfboard tables and get ready to ride the waves. Nautical Bowls offers refreshing, delicious, and healthy plant-based treats. It's located right across the street from the beautifully restored Mill Pond, and you can find Nautical Bowls at the end of the strip mall.
It's been amazing. Champlin's been amazing. Everything, the reception we've got from the community is amazing. And it's awesome. We're trying to bring a little warmth to the Midwest here and kind of get those nautical summer vibes. So that's just what we want to set. You come in, our product is super aesthetic. It's very warm. It's appealing to the eye. So just have a warm, welcoming staff greet you when you walk in and get a little taste of summer when you're here. So.
The Sunrise Bowl? Enjoy.
It's kind of a healthy, fast, casual dining experience. So we have 8 different sorbets, all gluten-free, dairy-free, no refined sugar, 20 different ingredients. So a super simple menu. Like I said, 8 sorbets, 20 ingredients. We have 11 signature bowls. What I like to describe to guests when they come in, they've never tried us, is I'll give them our most popular bowls. So we have one of 2 directions you can go. You can go those very fruit-forward, bright colors, citrus, tart, very summer flavors, or you can go kind of the earthier tones, dark chocolate, nutty, a little bit more neutral, and you can kind of go off in those directions and they're put together for you. I also encourage them to make their own. You know, some people will walk in and they'll put, you know, the mango with the cacao, which to me is a little different, but for them, they love it, and they come multiple times a week and they get that. So very simple menu, very simple ingredients, but together, I mean, they're fantastic. So it's a super aesthetic process. I think a lot of our guests come in so they can take a photo of our product and share it on social media. You know, it looks really good on camera, and it tastes even better. I've worked in many different cities in Minnesota and across the country, and you really do get a sense of community with Champlin. Something about it really does just scream community, tight-knit, people know each other, kids are coming in, families are coming in. So the response has just been incredible.
To view the Nautical Bowls menu, place an online order, or to get more information, be sure to check out their website.
To Sofia and Gabriel, Miss Flores, my little flowers. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love, so you can take me with you wherever you go, near or far. These stitches and threads join us together. Me, your mother, and both of you. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you as you bring our colorful stories to the world.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Welcome to Dreamers Vault Games. My name is Joe. We specialize in card games, board games, and tabletop miniatures. I'm Joe Wickland. I'm the manager at the Champlin Dreamers location. Dreamers Vault Games, we have 5 locations: Minneapolis, South St. Paul, Burnsville, Champlin, and St. Louis Park. So we offer all the different major games, whether it be the RPGs, miniatures, card games, stuff like that. We supply all the different accessories as well. But yeah, and then we have a game room, the main game room, and then a main card room, and then a miniatures game room as well. And then we do have 2 private rooms as well for like RPGs and stuff like that. So just continue to do business, expand our clientele. We got a lot of regulars. We just keep adding to our regular base throughout the year. So we got a great community, several different communities too for miniatures and cards and RPGs and stuff. So a lot of some of the programs that we have here too are run by the community itself. So we definitely want to welcome everybody in, and if they got ideas and want to promote some events and stuff, we definitely welcome that. We try to offer events and space for basically anybody else that wants to come up and start their games too. I think it's definitely the social aspect. Again, we try to provide a great atmosphere, and people have great experiences when they come in. Just doing the events and stuff like that. So you might not get that same experience out of online gaming. I know like Magic has Arena and stuff like that online. Pokemon does too. But just coming in and being around other people. Of all the game stores around, I mean, we definitely pride ourselves in customer service, providing place to play, the different events and stuff like that. We're very active with the different communities. And I mean, that's what we're trying to build, is a bigger and better community for all the gamers. So, but yeah, otherwise we try to carry a good wide array of just the different games.
In 4 days. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children. She didn't know what to do.
Did you have a good day at school?
She gave them some broth without any bread.
There you go.
And kissed them all soundly.
Night night. Good night.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up one finger if you're a man, women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
You told me not to talk.
Back at Goodrich Field, second half coming up. First half, good tight game between these two clubs. Our score is 13-9. Anoka got on the board first at 6:13 after taking advantage of a fumble. They worked down the field, and a 12-yard run by the quarterback, Evan Frecking, made it 6-0. And then here's the long run by Hoyt, taking that handoff and bursting it down the left field, left side here, near side, tied the game at 6. Rangers then came back and would score again on a Patzer 20-yard touchdown to make it 13-6 with 4:52 left in the second quarter. And then the Tornadoes with a late score. They marched the field. Very nice offensive possession, moved the sticks. It stalled, and then they got a 28-yard field goal from Kwame, making it 13-9, and that's where we're at right now here at halftime. Pete, your thoughts on the second half, what you're going to see here as Forest Lake kicks off?
Well, I think both teams are going to try to establish something on the ground here, especially Forest Lake, who's been getting a lot of yards out of 3 different guys and seems to be working for them. Anoka would like to do it a little bit more so they can open some things up for that passing attack that they have.
Valentini will kick off from his 40-yard line. Rangers in white and in those gray uniforms with, from what you believe, first ever white helmets for Anoka.
Yeah, I think last year they had them, but when Coach Bo came in, the white helmets came in.
Paulson from the 10s, got an opening, 30, 40, 45, and he's just shy of midfield, tackled by Colby Christensen. But a nice return by Paulson. We've got a couple of good return men here. Paulson for the Tornadoes, on the other side, Hoyt. It'll be first down and 10. Anoka outstanding starting field position. They mark it at the 47.
Yeah, like I said, I would kick it away from him, that's for sure, if you have a scouting report. Paulson got hit pretty doggone hard right there, though. Tough kid, another one of those wrestlers. I'm sure he'll be back in there, but he got smacked.
Anoka, the last team to score, scored with 1:29 left in the first half on that field goal. First down and 10. First play from scrimmage here in the second half from Goodrich Field. Frecking, snap, give to Mossman. Trying to weed his way through, makes one guy miss and gets maybe 2. It'll bring up second down.
Yeah, Anoka trying to establish that run game. Paulson coming back into the game here after being dung a little bit there on the kickoff.
We'll give him 3, second down and 7. Trey Borders is at the bottom of your screen, split wide right. Trips left on the short side of the field here for Frecking on 2nd and 7 from just shy of the midfield stripe. That's Paulson in motion. High snap, fake handoff. Frecking will go to the man he faked to. That's Mossman to the 50. Leans forward. He's into Forest Lake territory to the 46-yard line, 3rd and 3.
Yeah, nice call there by Anoka. Mossman showing a little bit of his skill as a sophomore. He's only going to get better and better, but he's impressed me a little bit here tonight on the screenplay. Picked up about 5.
Anoka trying to reclaim the lead. Swing pass caught. Borchers. And he's inside the 35 to the 34-yard line.
Nice start for Anoka here in the second half, down by 4 points. Very important for them to try to put something on the board. Here's a quick look. Quick little out by Borchert. Frecking put it on the numbers. Another first down for Anoka.
Good start to this half here for the Tornadoes and on this drive inside the Forest Lake 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Frecking Fake to Mossman. Actually, new running back in there now. The fake was to Zahorski, and he'll swing it out on the left side, and they'll pick up 4 or 5 yards on first down. Another pass to Paulson, who's racking up the catches here tonight.
Yeah, he is elusive. Watch this move right here. He just left him in the turf.
This one will be whistled down. Dead ball. The pass was complete, but a penalty.
There's been very few penalties, Jim, in the game so far. When there has been a few, it's really cost the team that committed them.
False start.
It's going to put them back to the original line of scrimmage.
5-yard penalty here. False start against Anoka. And it'll put him back to a 2nd down and 11. Hard to see what happened there. A little extra movement along the line, it appeared. They were not set. 2nd and 11. Frecking rolls, plants, throws down the middle. He's got Paulson, and just out of his reach, incomplete.
Yeah, Paulson can make that kind of catch, but that was a little bit too far for even him. But he matched up with Hoyt out there, got a step on him, and the ball was just overthrown.
Just a little too much air there. 3rd and 11. Who knows, the wind may have taken it a little bit too, may have sailed it. It's a south wind, and that's coming in from the low part of the field. Area where it's not banked, if you will. Street level here on this side, and the right side on your camera's higher. Frecking on the run. He's got Paulson who makes the catch. Paulson had camped inside the 15, and he makes the catch down to the 11. Gain of 23, and that's a 1st down for the Tornadoes.
Nice little touch here. Evan Frecking rolling to his right. Just drops it over the defenders to who? Eli Paulson.
Drops it in there like a raindrop. 1st down and 10 outside the 10. Frecking again rolling, looking into the corner. Wide open. Touchdown. Abikwe back of the end zone, and Anoka has reclaimed the lead.
Impressive drive by the Tornadoes to come out here in the 2nd half, take a 15-13 lead. It'll be interesting to see if they're going to go for 2 or 1 here. A couple of nice passes by Evan Frecking. And a couple of nice receptions by the Tornadoes. Looks like they're going for 1.
Extra point. Kwame, who made the field goal at the end or near the end of the 1st half, converts the PAT here. And Anoka back up top, 16-13.
Well, Evan Frecking is rebounding from last week where he had 4 interceptions. Had a lot of opportunities, got a lot of, obviously completed 17 of them to Paulson, but was running for his life last week a lot of the time and still had a bunch of pass completions, but doing a much better job, and he's going to get better week after week after week.
With his performance tonight and the 17 receptions last week, I don't know what the school record is for single season receptions, but I got to believe at this point in time Eli Paulson is on pace.
Well, I would think so, and probably that 17 is a school record for a single game, and you just do not see that.
In this meeting last year, Tommy Barrett, one of the receivers that graduated, he had 9 receptions. In the 29-14 Anoka win over Forest Lake last year. Tornadoes were 6-4 last year.
Yeah, that passing attack for Anoka last year was something, you know. They had some great receivers there with Paulson, but a couple of these kids are stepping forward tonight for Anoka too, so that's good to see.
Kwame to kick. Hoyt back, as is Reed Olson.
Keep it away from Hoyt.
Olson averaged over 20 yards a return last week as well.
All right, kick it out of the end zone then.
And that's exactly what he's going to do. Blasts it up and over and into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Forest Lake Rangers, who now find themselves down by 3.
Well, we'll see what Forest Lake can do if they can punch back here in the second half. They looked pretty good late in that first half, so curious to see what they come out here, what kind of play calls we're going to see.
That decision to kick the field goal for Anoka looks really good right now. Get the 3 points, get the sure 3 points, get the stop, get the ball to start the second half, march down the field and score.
Yeah, absolutely, and Anoka's on top by 3.
First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Motion man, Patzer takes the handoff. And he's to the 25, running downhill there. Good push on the offensive line for Forest Lake, and their big guys up front. Gain of 6, second down and 4. Welch made the tackle.
Since those first couple of turnovers, Jim, Forest Lake's been holding on to the ball pretty well. Turnover right now by either team will be extremely costly.
Keegan Zeidler, their quarterback, listed as a wide receiver, so he's a wide receiver converted to a quarterback. Gives him some options to do things like that, to run. He keeps it, and he's tackled from behind. Gains a couple. He'll be shy of the first down. And on the tackle was Carter Nabosny, who now shuffles out of the game here for the Tornadoes. And Nabosny came from the backside. There he is right there. .61 junior. 3rd and 3. Zeidler keeps off the fake. Is he going to get enough push? He isn't. It's going to be 4th down. Good job by the Tornado defense, standing their ground on the line of scrimmage, getting some backside pressure as well. 4th down.
That's big stop right there by the Tornadoes. Forest Lake coaches all looked at each other like, are we going to punt? Even though we're inside the 30-yard line, obviously they have to do it, but
well, looks like they're going Wildcat here with Patzer. Direct snap. He's not going to get it. He's going to be stopped. So Forest Lake gambles, not confident in their punting game after the punt that got blocked back in the first half, and they go for it inside their own 30 on 4th down and 3. And they get stopped, and Anoka gets a bit of a gift here. They'll have great starting field position, just really nowhere. That play has worked tonight, but the Tornadoes just got up there and messed it up.
Well, that really tells you they have no confidence in that kicking game when you're going for it on 4th and 3 from your own 27. And Anoka they were waiting for it, and they stood up big here. So let's see what they can do this time with the ball.
From the 28 here for the Tornadoes. They scored a touchdown on the opening possession of this first half. They lead at 16-13. Just 4 seconds on the play clock. And it's Frecking. He'll be sacked. He goes down quickly.
That's a big sack right there by the Rangers.
Rindles. Peyton Rindles.
Yeah, he's coming from that linebacker spot. Found a big opening. Nobody picked him up. He was free to the quarterback, and Frecking goes down.
Rendell, not Rindles. Mark Rendell.
Yeah, I think they're both linebackers.
Yeah. He sprung through there quickly. Loss of 7. Big defensive play here for Forest Lake. Their defense has to pick up their offense after giving it up on downs inside the 30. 2nd and 17. Here's Frecking scrambling. Rolling, running, throwing, and it's incomplete. Into the turf, intended for Carson Ban. 3rd down.
Yeah, he stayed into the pocket for a while there. I like that, where he was setting up. His receiver wasn't open, so I think he made a good decision on rolling out and trying to find that receiver out in the flat instead of throwing it down the middle where they were all covered up pretty good.
Borchers checks out. Peyton Padani comes in. He'll be the wide receiver, bottom of your screen. 4 wideouts, 2 left, 2 right. Mossman in the backfield here for Frecking on 3rd and 16. Closer to 17. We'll go 3rd and 17.
Padani's the backup quarterback.
Yeah, and they're going to throw it on the toss to Paulson. Touchdown! Razzle-dazzle for the Tornadoes. 35 yards. Touchdown, Anoka.
Well, as soon as Podani came outside, I'm going, is he also a receiver? Because I know he's the backup quarterback. He's a sophomore, threw a touchdown pass last week, but nope, there we go. Wow. Good call by Anoka, good toss, good pattern all around. Oh, that's blocked.
The extra point blocked. And we whistle dead. So extra point no good. 22-13 Anoka. Of course, the key was Frecking getting it to Podani. They had to make sure that that was a lateral. And as long as that was a lateral, then Podani was free to fire it for Paulson. And that totally threw Forest Lake. They bit, and Paulson was wide open.
They sure did. That was drawn up well. Good pass by Frecking to start the thing off.
That was that was a lateral. I mean, you look at where he caught it and where Frecking let go of it. It looked like it was right on the yard marker.
I'm just wondering where those defensive backs for Forest Lake were, because he had plenty of time to catch the ball and nobody came up on him, and plenty of time to throw it. So
well, I think as soon as they saw that ball to go put Danny, they came up, and I think all it takes is one step, right, Coach? And
yeah, that's for sure. And it was a great pass by the sophomore quarterback turned wide receiver. Missed that extra point, though, only up by 9 right now. Although Forest Lake missed an extra point too, so I'm not sure how confident they are in their kicker if it comes down to that. See if he can drive another one out of the end zone here.
Kwame approaches the ball. This will be more of a line drive kick, and this will be returnable. Picked up by Jake Johnson. Johnson trying the near side. He fumbled! And it's recovered by Anoka. Zach Welch. And everything turning up Tornadoes here in the second half.
Well, talked about those turnovers, and there's Forest Lake turning it over for the 3rd time today. I don't believe Anoka has one.
Johnson carrying it a little loose there. Right there, got punched out. And Johnny on the spot, Zach Welch.
Yeah, great play there by Anoka's defender to punch the ball out.
By the Forest Lake defense, their backs really up against the wall here. They're right back out onto the field. And the Anoka sideline and fans here on the near side in the grandstand buzzing. Chance to really take command here, up by 9 right now. Go up by 3 scores with Frecking rolling, being pressured and being sacked. Another big sack by Mark Rendell. That's 2 this half. And boy, does he know how to pursue and then finish.
Yeah, they got to figure that out, because Rendell's is coming free up that middle. Nobody's picking him out. So somebody's missing their assignment for Anoka, because Frecking doesn't have a chance, and this Rendell's kid can run as fast as Frecking can.
Loss of 8. Check that, loss of 12. 2nd down and 22. Back to the 39. It's Frecking. Throwing too high, incomplete. Wanted to find Borchers. Borchers tried to climb the ladder, may have gotten a fingertip on it, incomplete.
Yeah, just a little bit high there by Evan Frecking. Borchard, good receiver. Looks like a penalty against Anoka. They're going the wrong way.
Well, they had all the momentum. And then that Rendell sack, and now the penalty. It's amazing how things can turn around in a hurry.
Do you have a play for this? It's,
2nd and a country mile, 2nd and 30 something maybe.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. There's 10.
I don't know if the play is ever the hook and ladder, maybe.
The hook and ladder.
Personal foul.
10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
First down is
at
the
personal foul, or is that a hold? 10-yard penalty must have been a hold. Back to the 45 now. 2nd and 37. all the way back to their 45-yard line. So the sack and now the penalty. Which that was a 15-yard penalty. That was a personal foul.
Yeah,
he said 10-yard penalty, but they marked off 15. So it was a personal foul. And on the run, here's the pass and the catch. Ebikwe makes the catch back into Forest Lake territory of the 42-yard line. Nice scrambling and throw on the run by the quarterback Freck and get some of that yardage back.
Yeah, he didn't quite get half of it back, but picked up about a dozen there. Wide open. Good tackle by Forest Lake.
And that's the key on that situation is don't try to get it all back on one play.
No.
You know, maybe throw the ball short, throw it underneath, get some yards after the catch. And here's a player that's down, and this is not a guy that the Rangers can afford to lose. It's Mark Rendell, their playmaking linebacker.
Yeah, they need him back on the field, that's for sure. You know, with Anoka too, you get another 10 back here, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it on fourth. You know, get inside the 40-yard line probably, but would go for it. So you don't need to get it all back here. Still a long ways to go.
Rendell running off under his own power with just a little bit of a glitch. See if he comes back. They could really use him on defense. He has been a playmaker. He has been a guy that has gotten in the middle and able to mess things up defensively for Forest Lake.
Might just be a cramp too. We're seeing a few kids going down with cramps right now, and he did run off on his own, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's back out here in a play or two.
That's something you'd expect in the warmth.
Yep.
In the kind of heat that we've had here today. 3rd down, 25. Frecking sprinting out, looks downfield, throws across. It's Paulson again inside the 20, and he splits 2 defenders. Touchdown Anoka. 42 yards, and that Frecking to Paulson connection works again.
Eli Paulson is legit, and he's about 5'8", 5'9", 145 pounds, but he is a water bug on the football field. And he's one of the top wrestlers in the state of Minnesota. Look at that. Just gave him a little juke, and he was all alone. Wow, Anoka made up a lot of yards in just a couple of plays.
And there is a Forest Lake player down. This one is getting stretched out. Weston Hoyt, just as though it is a cramp. Usually when I get a cramp, I don't have a trainer there to try and work it out. Usually you're doing the jump thing and you're stretching, and it usually happens in the middle of the night.
Yes, that's usually when it happens.
So he's going to make his way over to the sideline. There's our current weather. Temperature is at 81 degrees. We mentioned the south wind at 11.5 miles an hour and some slightly higher gusts at times. That can cause a problem. It's going to be much cooler tomorrow. Big change in the weather. That's what I hear. Maybe some thunderstorms and rain overnight, and then highs only in the 60s.
Well, it's comfortable up here with the window open.
It is. Here's the extra point. Kwame boots it through. It is good. 5:16 left in the third. 29-13 Tornadoes.
Well, Anoka's come out with fire in the second half. Another turnover by Forest Lake, a sack, personal foul on Anoka, and it's 2nd and 37, and they get 37 plus some back here in that last series.
The resilient Anoka Tornadoes.
Well, it's like we said earlier, this is a big game for both teams. Anoka does not want to go down, 0-2 to start the season, and Forest Lake, coming off that big win over St. Michael's, wants to keep the train going, and right now they've got a lot of work cut out for them. Down by 16.
Kwame's been a good weapon kicking the ball. His last one was a line drive kick. He's got the wind at his back. From this direction, more often than not, he's been reaching the end zone.
Well, there's a lot of game to play yet, Jim, and it's only a 16-point lead, so a couple touchdowns and a couple two-pointers, and all of a sudden we're tied. So Anoka has to keep playing defense like they've been doing so far here in the second half.
Deep man is not Hoyt. The deep man is Jake Aho. Johnson and Olsen. I don't know if there's something wrong with Hoyt, but he was not out there for that kickoff. We'll see if he comes back out offensively. As it does go through the end zone, it'll be a touchback. Forest Lake will start this possession here, now down by 16 points from their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, you know, playing both ways in a hot night like tonight, the heat might be getting to him a little bit here. Well, you'd think he'd be out there on defense in the kickoffs for sure.
Well, wasn't Hoyt the one that had the cramp that he was stretching out on the field?
That might
Wasn't
be
that
it.
number 6? I thought
Yes.
that was Weston
Yep.
Hoyt. Yep. So he's still having an issue with what we believe is a cramp. So we'll see if number 6 comes back out here offensively. He doesn't appear to be out there right now. Patzer is the back behind the quarterback Keegan Zeidler. First down and 10. From the 35-yard line. Zeidler, toss, Patzer out across the 40 to the 42. As we near 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter, and a nice pickup on first down, second down and 3.
Zach Welch with the tackle there. His name's being called a little bit, coming up with that fumble recovery in the last series.
2 receivers right, 1 left here for Zeidler. Out of the pistol, sends a man in motion, gives it to Patzer, and he's stacked up. And then maybe a late hit. A late flag came in out of the pile. And we'll sort it out here.
Yeah, I think Zach Anderson might have came in a little late there for Anoka.
Personal foul, 15-yard penalty. That'll be a first down.
That's one you don't want to see as a coaching staff.
From the previous spot.
You got a couple touchdown lead, and it would have been 3rd and 8, and instead we're going to move the ball 15 yards the other way. Got to control your emotions a little bit.
So the Forest Lake Rangers will get the 15 yards here. See if they can take advantage. First and 10 at the Tornado 45.
There's Hoyt back out here.
Yep, Deeb goes in motion. Zeidler, the quarterback, he's going to throw it for Hoyt, and that is underthrown, incomplete. Hoyt appears to be running okay.
Sawyer Chell going step for step with him on the sideline. If you're Forest Lake, you just can't panic right now. You just got to keep running your game plan. Do what you do. You know, there's still 4.5 minutes left here in the third quarter, so there's plenty of time to score a couple touchdowns. Just keep doing what you do.
Forest Lake Ranger yellow helmets. One side has the FL, and then the other side has that horse logo, kind of their secondary logo. And it'll be a timeout here, Forest Lake, their first of 3 in this second half, as they are faced with a second down and 10, trailing by 16, 29-13 and 4:22 left in our third quarter. Along with Pete Hayes, I'm Jim Erickson here tonight. Beautiful night in Anoka at good old Goodrich Field.
Yeah, the field's looking good. It's not the same as it used to be with the grass.
No,
but the turf looks good.
Turf looks beautiful. Turf always looks good.
Yeah. Well,
always got a perfect cut on it. The grain is always
absolutely
every 5 yards. It goes away and it comes back to you. The different colors. And now Forest Lake has turf. There can't be many schools, at least the bigger schools especially in the metro, that do not have turf.
No,
the Elk River schools have all gotten turf. So I can't think of any right now that play on natural grass, to be honest.
A few years ago, maybe, but not anymore.
You have to go up to North Branch does, Chisago Lakes does, St. Francis, I believe, still has natural turf. Cambridge does have natural grass. Last time we checked, we were up there a couple of years ago for an Andover game. Here's Hoyt to the outside, cuts back in along the hash marks, and he's got a first down. Boy, if they can find a way, if he can stay cramp free, they get the ball into his hands. He's a game breaker, and he gets a first down there for the Rangers.
Yeah, they have to keep him out there on offense, that's for sure. You know, he's very valuable for him defensively, and I think defense is first with him, but they have to have that kid out on the field on offense too.
At the 32. Still a lot of time to be played in this game. 4 minutes left in the third quarter, but the Rangers would love a score here. At least get 3 if they can. Patzer takes the handoff here, and the read option makes his way to the 31.
You know, so far in the second half here, Jim, Anoka's done a much better job against that read option. You know, that's kind of been the difference so far.
Credit to halftime adjustments.
Yep, absolutely.
Second down and 8. Boyd is the man in the slot in the near side. In motion, Johnson. And it goes up the middle and maybe 3. Down to the 26-yard line here for the Rangers. They'll have a third down here with the quarterback keep that time, but coming up short of the first down.
Yeah, another Anoka player hobbling off the field, and conditioning's making a difference right now. It's all leg injuries here, and I think most of them it's kids cramping up. You got to keep drinking that Gatorade and water and hydrating here.
What about pickle juice?
Well,
I've heard it's effective. But I think they used it all to make those pizzas at the State Fair. There's a shortage of pickle juice right now in the 7-county metro area. Third down, close. I think they got it down to the 22-yard line. And it was Zeidler again calling his own number. So the quarterback relying on his legs here to convert a first down. 1st and 10 Rangers.
Yeah, good drive going here by Forest Lake. Still plenty of time to play with 2.5 minutes to go. So they can punch one in here. It's game back on.
Up back there is Mark Rendell. So he's back out there now, seeing some time on offense on the right side to add some size. They give it up to Patzer. Patzer bounced it out the 15. He's elusive. He's inside the 10. He's got another first down. He's down to the 7, gain of 13. And Forest Lake, 1st and goal.
Yeah, Panther dancing through the hole here. You see him, he goes right, cuts it back to the left, picks up a couple extra yards. Anoka gang tackles to bring him down.
Michael Chamberlain there first for the Tornadoes. The sophomore defensive lineman. 1st and goal at the 8 for Forest Lake. Trying to chip into the Anoka lead. Quick handoff inside the 5, down to the end zone. Touchdown.
That's Panther.
Panther again.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of him here in the second half, but they're dialing him up here.
2 big runs back to back. There he gains 8 for the touchdown.
Well, I'm guessing they're going to go for 2. And that is what they are doing.
Yep, this puts them within 10. If they get 2, they can get within 8 and 1 score. Zeidler. Snap, throw, toss, caught. 2-point conversion is good.
Hold on, folks. Here we go.
It is an 8-point game. Jake Johnson catches that one down on the turf. A good 2-point conversion for the Forest Lake Rangers, and this is back to a 1-score game.
Looks like we got to look at the Spring Lake Park game here. Wow, 56-14 over Benilde. So the Panthers off to a good start over at Spring Lake Park.
1:57 remaining in the third. This has been a crazy third quarter. Anoka scored 3 touchdowns here in this third quarter. Built that 29-13 lead. And now here 1:57 in the third. Patzer, the 8-yard run. And Forest Lake never out of this game, and they've cut it to 8.
Yeah, it's been an offensive quarter here, that's for sure. Anoka with a couple of scores. Forest Lake with the turnover. That's the difference in the game right now, is the 3 turnovers and the costly one where Anoka came out and scored.
Valentini to kick. Let's see if he tries to push it to the right instead of kicking it towards Paulson. And I think that one of his teammates just told him, don't kick it to him. Christensen. So yeah, he's going to pooch it over to the right. And Mossman will pick it up at the 15, to the 20, 25. And meanders his way to the 30, to the 32-yard line. But right before the kick, Colby Christensen of the Rangers talked to his kicker, and he goes, see that guy? That's number 7's over there. Let's not kick it to him. He pointed at Paulson. And what does Valentini do? He kicks it. You can see it right here. Let's find Paulson. There he is.
Oh.
Don't kick it to that guy.
Well, he listened to him.
Yeah, that's good strategy. Because the last couple of times he's touched the ball, whether it's, well, special teams or whether he's touching the ball on offense, he's been absolutely electric.
Got Coach Jeff Berkeley on the screen here, the old head coach at Anoka, now working with the defense. Him and Deneke, 2 defensive coordinators.
Deneke came from Andover, did he not? Yeah. Good move by Coach Wasurik to bring back Coach Berkeley and his experience. Frecking across the middle, dangerous pass, and it lands incomplete.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Abikwe.
Tough one to try to sandwich that thing in there. Almost picked off by Forest Lake.
I have seen as the game has gone on, Frecking has gotten more confident. He gained more confidence the game is on as far as throwing the ball.
Right.
And where to put it. His confidence has increased as the game has gone. And that was a confident toss there that fell incomplete. 2nd and 10. Just outside the 30 at the 31-yard line. Tornadoes up by 8. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. In motion, Carson Ban. Frecking, running for his life. He's being pursued. He's going to throw it. He just throws it out of bounds. Good pressure on the backside by the Forest Lake Rangers. Eric Nees Jr., one of those players applying the heat. That'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, he was running for his life there. I was just going to say, I think one of the reasons he's getting more comfortable is he's having a little bit more time back there.
Well, that too.
But boy, he sure didn't on that one, and Van didn't cut it back as far as he needed to. He just kind of threw that one away.
3rd and 10. Big play here for the Forest Lake defense. They've cut it to 8 and can try and get the ball back. Paulson in motion, and they want a direct snap to Paulson. It hit him, went up in the air, and Anoka. They tried a little dazzle, that direct snap to the man in motion. It didn't quite work, and it popped up into the air. And luckily, I think Frecking ended up recovering it. But now 4th down. We'll see it here. Yeah, that was the play, right? That was supposed to go to Paulson. He went in motion, stopped, and supposed to get the direct snap. Didn't quite work. 4th down. 4th and 14, loss of 4. They're going to go for it. No punting for the Tornadoes either, with 4 receivers, and now they will. Frecking will drop back, and he'll a sidewind punt. It's a knuckler, and it'll take a nice Anoka bounce inside the 30, inside the 25. It will come to a stop at the 21 where Paulson gets his hands on it. And the Rangers will have it at their 21-yard line, down by 8.
Well, it helps when your quarterback can also punt. Watch over here as Chapman gets pushed down.
Wow.
By Rendell, and nothing's called.
Chapman's wondering where the flag was. He thought that went and crossed the line.
I didn't know if our crew had picked that up or not, but they sure did.
Don't put anything past our crew.
No, I
They're
never
always
will
on the
again.
lookout for those things.
Nice job. There it is again. Look at that. We got a wrestling match over here. Anoka's heavyweight against Forest Lake's heavyweight.
First and 10 Rangers from their 21-yard line. Final minute of the third quarter in an 8-point game. Zeidler snap, fake pitch, rolls, throws, caught. Patzer out of the backfield. He has a first down, far sideline 40. Breaks another tackle, knocks a guy down. He's across the 45 to the 47. That's a gain of 26. And Patzer with yards after the catch. First and 10 Rangers.
Yeah, missed tackle there by Anoka. Could have brought him down about 15 yards back, but that's going to happen. Big run by Patzer and another Ranger down. And looks like he wants to be stretched out. Here's a look at it right here. Anoka defender comes up, misses on that one, and he gains another 15 yards. And they are dropping left and right here.
It looks like, I think that's the tight end, Selly, 82.
Yeah, I believe you're right here.
That is getting stretched out. It's one of those nights, a night for cramps. You probably can do anything and everything, you know, bananas and Gatorade and water and all the other tricks to try and stay cramp free, but they still happen.
Well, here comes Forest Lake, down by a touchdown and a deuce.
Previous play picked up 27, first down and 10. They're at their 47 now. Zeidler, snap, keeps, now pitches into the hands of Johnson. A lot of activity, a lot of motion. The two fakes on that play, gains 3, second and 7.
That's Sawyer Chell coming up, making a nice hit on the outside.
50-yard line, second down, 7 yards to go.
Chell having a solid game out here for Anoka.
We've called his name a lot defensively, and that'll end up being the final play of the third quarter. Here we go to the fourth. It's a one-score game from Goodrich Field. Anoka leading the Forest Lake Rangers. Tornadoes 29, Forest Lake 21. Back with the fourth quarter after this on QCTV Sports.
He shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Well, it was an active third quarter. We had 4 scores in that third quarter. It's not like Abraham Lincoln, 4 scores. Anoka came out on their opening possession of the half and scored. 11-yard touchdown pass, Abikwe. But the point after made it 16-13 Tornadoes. Then a 35-yard pass. It went from Frecking to Padani, then to Paulson. Razzle-dazzle. Was a third or fourth down. It was late in the downs. That made it 22-13. Then a 42-yard pass play, Frecking to Paulson. Kwame kick was good, made it 29-13. You see Paulson there breaking into the open and scoring the touchdown. It was 29-13. Then Anoka scored, or excuse me, Forest Lake, with 1:57 left in the third. The 8-yard run by Patzer, 2-point conversion from 2 yards, 29-21. Anoka has the lead, and that's where we're at right now on first down and 10. Third quarter underway. Toss across the middle, incomplete. A tight spiral by Zeidler, but it's incomplete. Reed Olson, the intended recipient, and it's second down and 10.
I like seeing that where Forest Lake is trying to loosen up Anoka a little bit here going downfield. I think that's the first time they've gone downfield all day today. But I'll tell you what, Jim, I got to hand it to Forest Lake where there's no quitting this team.
No.
I mean, the way things are going in that third quarter, they could have rolled over, and they are not, and they are right back in the game.
They shift their receivers here. They bring Olson All the way here to the near side. Handoff goes to Hoyt in the backfield, and he has nowhere to go. He'll be stopped and dumped. Zach Welch, loss on the play.
Yeah, nice play by Welch coming up and making that hit. One of the outside linebackers for Anoka, and he's been making a few plays here today. And Welch is only a sophomore. I know this is a good sophomore group for Anoka. They're pretty excited about that group.
3rd and 13. Zeidler on the run. Hoyt has it, goes up, loops around, lost it, but it's out of bounds. Lost the handle. Will end up being a gain of 7. Bring up a 4th down here for Forest Lake. 4th and 6, 4th and 5 it'll be. 4th and 5 for the Rangers.
Nice job by Logan Jungling, holding his ground and making the tackle. The other outside linebacker for Anoka. This is a big one right here, Jim.
Big 4th down, 10:41 left in the 4th quarter. And the Rangers will be forced to use a timeout. Key play of the game. They want to be sure. Second of their 3 timeouts. They have 1 remaining. Anoka has all 3 of their timeouts.
Yeah, if this gets down to the end and they're still trailing, they only have 1 timeout remaining, but I totally understand where they want to make sure on this play.
This week's rankings, you see Lakeville South at number 1, Prior Lakes up there, Maple Grove, Shakopee at 6 right now. Last week's opponent for Anoka.
The Elks, number 10.
These are the Metro rankings. Elks are 5A, so this mixes up 5A, 6A. If a 4A school could, Hutchinson is 4A, aren't they? And they're considered Metro. That's a real stretch.
That is. Well, here we go. 4th down.
4th down and 5 for Forest Lake. That's Hoyt in motion and flag down. And the way the Anoka sideline was yelling, watching one coach, I thought it was against Anoka. They jumped off sides. That'll be a 5-yard penalty mark off. They'll mark off 5. It won't quite be enough. It was a little more than 5 to go on that 4th down. But now instead of 4th and a little more than 5, it's 4th and a little less than 1. It's a short 1, so they'll bring in a different package here. They'll bring in that jumbo package with number 99, Hunter Gruba, coming in. He'll line up as a wing on the right side. Patzer. Wildcat, hand off to him, or takes it off of the direct snap, and he dives across the 30. Going to mark it right at the 30, but that's all he needed. 1st down, Forest Lake.
Oh, nice job by the Anoka defender coming in, submarining the running back, but it wasn't quite enough.
1st and 10, Forest Lake. They keep their drive alive. All the skilled players looking over to the sideline, and Coach Brad Beeskow, who played against the Rangers in the playoffs when he was at Andover, had a pretty big game against them in the section playoffs. That was, I think, one of the years that Andover made it to the state tournament. Patzer takes the handoff around and off a left tackle. Gain of 1, maybe 2, 2nd down.
Zach Anderson up on another tackle. Anderson, a 6-foot junior, 195 pounds. Anoka's defense pretty young. I think they only have a couple seniors that are out there on that defense.
You saw Carter Nabozny on the sidelines working on the long snapping. 2nd down and 9. In motion, Deeb. They fake the handoff to him, and the quarterback Zeidler runs right up the middle, and he powers his way inside the 20 to a 1st down. Gain of 11. And a 1st down, Rangers.
Well, they've got to make sure that they get in on this possession, just in case they don't make that 2 if they do get in. Got to leave themselves with some time, and there's 9.5 minutes to go.
Clock running, and Keegan Zeidler doing a nice job commanding the offense here on this possession. Trying to drive his team to tie the game. The pitch, Patzer, he got this one to the 10, makes another cut. He's to the 5, and from behind he's tackled, but not before another first down. Inside the 5 to the 3, 1st and goal, Forest Lake.
Well, Forest Lake is not giving up, and they're using that outside game here in the second half, using the option a little bit more. They went away from it in the first half because of a couple of fumbles, but not that one. Nice run there.
Welch made the tackle. 9 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Patzer again, direct snap, waits, finds a hole, scores the touchdown. He's in. 3-yard run, Patzer, and this is a 2-point game.
Well, you can bet they're going for 2. They threw for it last time. Their running game's been going pretty well. Your guess is as good as mine as what they're going to do here, but one thing I do know that's really important. There's a big hole right there for Patzer to run through.
You saw Gruba coming over from the right side. He's that big guy they bring in on that play and on that formation. Are they going to do the same thing here? No, here comes the quarterback. So Zeidler will be in at quarterback. Man behind him is Patzer. In motion, Hoyt. Zeidler to pass, looks across the formation, and it's caught.
No, he dropped it.
He dropped it. A little bit behind him, intended for Jake Deeb. And just incomplete down to the turf, and it's a 2-point game, 29-27. So close.
That was there. That was there. Here's a look at it. A little bit behind him. So Anoka retains the lead at 29-27. They better get this offense going, cranked up again, because Forest Lake, at their last 2 drives, just marched down the field on Anoka. So Anoka needs to eat up some clock and try to put something back up on the board with that 2-point lead.
Patzer, an 8-yard run towards the end of the 3rd quarter, and now a 3-yard run here at 8:51 left in the 4th quarter. 29-27. Buckle up, fans.
Yeah, this is going to be a good 9 minutes of football. I'll tell you that right now. Anoka's been has no turnovers so far. Hopefully they can keep that up. If you're an Anoka fan, that's kind of been the difference in the ball game right now. Does he know where Paulson is on this kickoff?
Well, if he doesn't, Christensen, number 7 there, will point it out. Mossman is the other one. And that's the direction he goes again. And it'll be Mossman who takes it off the short hop. 20, 25, 30. Mossman, good return to the 36-yard line. I think as a right-footed kicker, isn't it harder to push the ball to the right side of the field than it is to kind of hook it and pull it to the left? I don't know. I'm not a kicking maven, an aficionado of kicking. I'd have to ask somebody who's kicked before. Is it easier to push it or is it easy to pull it?
Well, I think you can push it.
I know when I'm golfing, it's easy to do either of those. I do them all the time.
I think you have more control over it when you push it. If you pull it, you can get more power to it. No,
but you do the duck hook too.
The duck hook too, yeah. Yep. I think we have a player at Mossman's down here. He's the same thing. He's cramped up.
It's been Cramp City.
You know, and that's not going to help Anoka. I don't know where they go for their next running back.
Yeah, he's been the guy basically all night long. There was at least one play where Zahorsky was in there at running back. Spelled Mossman. This might be more than a cramp.
Yeah, I think they lost a running back last week in Terrell Cummings. You know, they were kind of rotating those 2 guys, and he's not playing this week, so I'm not quite sure where they're going to go here.
Mossman is up and able to walk off on his own.
Maybe it'll be Bodani, the backup quarterback.
Right. He's very versatile.
Yeah.
Well, flashback to that play. That was a heck of a play. I want to say it was either 3rd or 4th down. Do you remember that Pete, was it 4th down?
I think, I'm not sure.
It ended up being a 35-yard pass, Frecking the lateral to Pedani and the near flat, and then Pedani found a wide open Paulson, who did the rest. And that point, it made it 22-13. Here is the handoff and the give and a good run. That's Kwame. No, it's 34. That's the guy I mentioned that would come in, Zahorsky, who would come in for Mossman.
Well,
so there's your backup running back.
That was a nice little run.
Nice little pickup. All the way to the 50-yard line. They're used to seeing 22 in there. 34 comes in, throws a changeup. Nice run by Zahorsky. Midfield here now for Anoka.
See a little horse collar. Oh, yeah. Zahorsky, he's a sophomore, too.
He's still in there. Next to Frecking, who bobbles the snap. He's going to end up running it just to be safe, and he'll pick up a few extra yards. Good improvising there by Frecking. Realized it was a busted play. Just get as much as possible. Be sure not to lose any, and he ends up getting 3.
Yeah, he bobbled that one a little bit, but nice job of getting outside.
Yeah, they'll give him 2. Out of bounds after a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
Making something out of nothing.
Anoka has no problem here, probably, if they continue to move the ball, though, to take time off the clock. With the play going out of bounds, clock stopped at 8:07 left here. Fumble on the exchange to Zahorsky. That's one thing that you risk with a new running back that hadn't played much, is the exchange there, and that one there did not work. Now here comes Mossman back in, so he's okay. He's back in. Zahorsky comes out of the game after that nice run. It'll be 3rd down and 11.
Well, Anoka's lucky. They put the ball on the ground twice here in the last 2 plays, but have come up with the ball.
Big 3rd down here. All the Tornadoes, they've gone for it all night long. Bad snap off the hands, juggled and caught. Frecking with the throw, and that will be caught short of the 1st down, though. It'll be 4th down, and a crunching hit on the receiver, and making the catch, Ibikwe, but short of the 1st down. 3rd and 3. Here's the play again. Nice little juggle there by Frecking. It still completes the pass.
Yeah, that one almost went over his head.
And then Hoyt with the big hit, and that has shaken up Ibikwe. Afia Ibikwe.
Well, it'll be real interesting here, Jim. We've got 4th and 3 on the 43-yard line. Frecking last time, nice punt.
Yeah, that's right. They did punt that one time. That's right.
Are you going to roll the dice here? And if you don't make it, you give them the ball near midfield, or you punt it and try to pin them back inside the 20. We'll see. Here we go.
Frecking is their punter, so he can line up at quarterback, and then as he did the one time they punted, he dropped back a few yards, and then a little rugby-style punt. 4th and 3. Tornadoes a little confused. The player almost came out onto the field. That was Carson Ban. They thought that maybe they were short a player.
Well,
play clock is 5-4. Are they going to call a timeout? They're going to take the time off the clock all the way down. They're going to run the clock off the play clock and then call a timeout. Anoka still has 2. That's the first one they have taken this half.
Well, I think what happened there is their tight end was out on the outside, which we haven't seen all day long, and Ban was on the sideline. They wanted to get him in there. We'll see
the upcoming schedule here for the Forest Lake Rangers. They've got a non-district game coming up at Hopkins on the 30th.
Stillwater will be a tough one, so will Osseo. I heard that the Mounds View program only had 40-some players come out.
That is surprising. Next week at Burnsville, first road game for the Tornadoes. Non-sub-district game. The Metro Maroon North.
Yeah, if Anoka can get this one, they can go on a little bit of a run.
Here they have a 4th and 3 conversion. Staring down the barrel here, the big 4th down play. Wide receiver Beekway's back in there. He'll go to him. Frecking caught. Beekway came back for it. Quick little out down the near sideline. Inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10. It's a big one for the Tornadoes.
He quietly is having a very good game.
He has.
You know, he's made 6 or 7 really good catches for Anoka. You know, and that's what they need to get a little of that attention away from Paulson.
1st and 10. Clock now will become a concern here for Forest Lake. They have 1 timeout remaining, 6.5 left. Frecking, little toss to Mossman. Makes a couple of guys mix. A little jump cut there to the 36-yard line. Gains maybe 1. 2nd down.
Well, that clock, like you said, keeps ticking, and we'll be under 6 minutes when this next snap comes. And remember, Forest Lake has already used 2 timeouts, so they only have 1 to use, and Anoka will be running clock.
Yeah, they're looking at that play clock, which there is a play clock. Both ends of the field here at Goodrich Field. It's at 8, 7, 6. Frecking will snap it with 2 seconds on the play clock, and Frecking the other way. Did he pitch that ball back? And he was past the line of scrimmage, and Forest Lake has it. So Frecking was going to get positive yardage, and then he decided to pitch it. And head coach Bo Wasserich for the Anoka Tornadoes, he's got his hands on his hips at his side. Not sure what his quarterback was doing there. He had Paulson right there. It was a lateral, but Paulson was really in no position to run that ball downfield. He was stand pat. He was flat-footed. And I think Frecking saw an opportunity there maybe to make a big play that maybe he could get it to Paulson. He could run down the sideline, but.
Yeah, Frecking's trying to avoid the head coach right now.
Yeah. You know, he had Hoyt right on him, and Hoyt saw Paulson. I don't know if Frecking was going to gain much yardage after that, but it ends up being a turnover and a golden opportunity here for the Rangers. They go with the reverse around the near end. Johnson, 50, 45, puts down his shoulder, gets hit, goes out of bounds. And he took the brunt of that hit from Braden Whaling here on the near sideline. But it's a big pickup here for Forest Lake as they gain 18, 17 yards. 17-yard gain on 1st and 10.
Yeah, big turnover by Anoka right there. Nice reverse coming around here. He got hit pretty dang hard right there with his shoulder. Good hit.
Inside the 45 at the Tornado 44. Clock stops, 5:17. Ball went out of bounds. Zeidler, handoff, Patzer. Tough yards inside the 40 to the 38. Good 1st down pickup. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 4. Gain of 6. Need to get inside the 30 to the 34 for the 1st down. This one coming down to the end. Anoka clinging to a 2-point lead, 29-27. It's on the backs of their defense now. Hoyt in motion. Jet sweep. Hoyt makes one man miss. Gets to the corner. 30, 25 out of bounds. Before he got to the 20-yard line, you kind of hold your breath when Hoyt gets it and they're able to get that seal block. He's down to the 22-yard line. Another Ranger 1st down.
Yeah, at first it looked like Anoka might be able to make the play in the background, but once he got that corner, he was off to the races.
He high-stepped just enough to avoid that shoestring tackle in the backfield. 1st down, 10, 22-yard line. Zeidler in motion as Deeb goes to Patzer, and he stood up.
Well, I would be really surprised, Jim, if Forest Lake doesn't go for a touchdown even on 4th down. missing that extra point. I don't know how much confidence they have in their kicker. I could be totally wrong on this, but I think they got to get themselves into the end zone instead of relying on a field goal to win it. But that's what's fun about this game.
Yeah, he missed the first point after, made the second one. Then he kicked a field goal.
Right.
That's the Anoka kicker that kicked the field goal. Second down, 8. Just keeping it right up the middle. And down to about the 16-yard line.
So it's about a 31-yarder from here.
Layton Patzer has been the workhorse. Mark Rendell has come in as a blocker on the right side. 3rd and 3 for Forest Lake. Zeidler, Patzer has a hole, and he's close to the first down. Looks like he made it to the 12-yard line, and that's where the marker was. Jungling the tackle. Right now, the marker says 4th down. 4th and less than 1. 4th and less than 1. With under 3 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Into the game quickly defensively for Anoka, Grayson Celine.
Here we go.
4th and less than 1. And they've got their running back in that wild card set, that wildcat set with Patzer. And timeout, Anoka. Timeout on defense. .244 left, your game situation. Forest Lake has scored the last 2 touchdowns after Anoka had taken a 29-13 lead. Patzer an 8-yard run late in the 3rd, and then a 3-yard run here in the 4th.
Well, it doesn't get any better than this, that's for sure, Jim. And I'll tell you what, there's no way. I don't think that they would put the ball in the air. They're going to get their big number 5 in there, Rendell, and run it behind him. If you can't get it behind him, you don't deserve to win.
Coming up on QCTV this Saturday, Ramsey Happy Days. Big Ramsey Happy Days parade. We need to get somebody from the cast of Happy Days to come for that sometime. 4th down and 1. Forest Lake down by 2. Wildcat, Patzer, he's got the first down. Powers his way inside the 10 to near the 7-yard line, and Forest Lake has 1st and goal.
Yeah, they went right to that Wildcat. Here's a look at it. Mano on mano, and he got the first down and a few more. Ball's on the 8-yard line.
Ball marked officially just inside the 8-yard line. 2:15 left. Rangers trying to take the lead. Zeidler fakes, keeps up the middle. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Forest Lake.
What a great comeback by Forest Lake. A costly turnover by Anoka. Forest Lake, last 3 possessions, marching down the field and putting points up when Anoka was up by 16. Still 2:08 remaining in the game. So there is time for Anoka. Try to march down the field.
Quarterback Zeidler, after the fakes, takes it in. 8-yard run. 33-29. Forest Lake up by 4. We'll try and make a 2-point conversion here and get it to 6. Zeidler gives to Patzer. Reverse pass to the end zone. Caught. Back to the quarterback.
That's a little razzle-dazzle right there.
Circus play there. Jake Johnson found Zeidler in the end zone. Zeidler starts out with it. There's the touchdown. Zeidler gives it to Johnson. They flip-flop it around, and Zeidler ends up being the receiver for the 2-point conversion. And it's a 6-point game, 35-29. What a seesaw second half this has been from Goodrich.
Wow, it is not over yet. You know, Anoka has the firepower to put up a touchdown here. We'll see what they can do. I know one thing, I'd make sure I kept my eyes on number 7. And I'd start off by not kicking it to him.
Meanwhile, once Anoka gets the ball, that's who they want to get the ball to.
Absolutely.
The type of game-breaking performance he has had tonight for the Anoka Tornadoes.
Evan Frecking needs to just shake it off, go out there and do his thing now and help him win the game. You can't be carrying that over. If you want to worry about that, you do it after the game. You know, right now, go put your team on your back and go get it.
Valentini will be the kicker. Mossman and Paulson, as expected, back deep. Oh, and they've tried to flip-flop and crisscross. Mossman ends up with it. 20-15 on the return. He's at the 25 to the 30, to about the 31-yard line. So Mossman and Paulson realized they're kicking it away from Paulson. They tried to crisscross and see who would get the ball, and they kind of came to the middle, and Mossman ended up with it regardless. And Anoka will have it here down by 6, and they have it at their 31-yard line. 2:02 to work, and they have one timeout.
Well, you know that Frecking's going to be going to the air. They'll be running that spread offense here. The last 2:02. Plus Mossman's a little dung up back there. Saw him limping to the sideline. He's still on the field, so I'm expecting Frecking to be throwing all over the place here.
Mossman in the backfield with Frecking. 4 wide receivers. Abikwe, bottom of your screen. Out of that shotgun snap. Pump fake, and Frecking tried to scramble after he pump faked and will be sacked. Loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Clock running with 1:48 left.
Yeah, Forest Lake's out there with 3, 4, 5 D-backs.
Still got good pressure on that play. 2nd and 11. Frecking again. Good protection this time. Rolls out, throws in the middle, caught. Paulson makes one-man move. What a spin move at the 50 as he's making Rangers miss. And he's into Forest Lake territory at the 47-yard line. What an electric player. Paulson is well worth the cost of admission.
Yeah, he really is. And like I said, he's about 145 pounds.
Clock stopped with the first down. Now they'll start the clock. It'll be about 1:20 when they snap. Frecking has time again. Just a 3-man rush. Tosses it. It's caught. That's Abikwe far side. He runs out of bounds.
Abikwe came a crossing pattern there. I saw him spring open. I didn't know if Frecking saw him or not, but he did. And like we said, he's having himself a nice game. I'm interested to hear what the passing yards for Anoka is, but they're driving.
Out of bounds at the 29-yard line. They need a touchdown. Touchdown would tie it, and then the extra point. But they still have 29 yards to go with 1:12 on the clock and still the one timeout.
Evan Frecking out there with his hands on his knees. He's been working.
It's been a hot night tonight. This is where that conditioning pays off. Frecking. He'll roll here towards us. Looking downfield, and he'll chuck it out of bounds. Nowhere to go. And rather than risking an interception, trying to force something, smart play there, throw it away.
Yeah, nice job by Frecking. Nothing was there. Throw it out of bounds. You still got 3 more downs to get that first down. So Anoka's knocking on the door here inside the 30.
It's a tackle cancer night here tonight. A lot of people in pink. Proceeds going to the Randy Shaver Foundation for cancer awareness prevention. Here comes the 2nd down and 10. Frecking again. He's going to go to the end zone. Far side. It's there, and it's incomplete. It was one-on-one coverage. Borchers was the intended receiver, and he got his hands on it. But it falls to the turf with exactly a minute left to go.
Yeah, Borcher almost came up with that one. Good defensive play.
Reed Olson on the coverage. He had the inside coverage there, and that's what you have to do as a defensive back. Now it's 3rd and 10. Ranger players trying to pump up their crowd on the far side. 3rd and 10. 3 wide receivers left here for Frecking. Mossman in the backfield. 9 on the play clock. Frecking pressured, backpedaling. It's a middle screen, and there's nobody there.
Yeah, they got to him a little bit too quick there. He couldn't even set up the screen because they let him in a little early.
Christensen and Eric Nees Jr. with the pressure. They were breathing down Frecking's neck, and now here's the game, 4th and 10.
I think he came off that outside blitz. Nobody picked up that outside linebacker. Got there a little bit too quick, but here we go.
It was a perfect storm because Anoka had set up the screen and Forest Lake had called the blitz. So they had extra guys coming. And on the screen, of course, you let guys through. 4th down and 10. This is it here for Anoka. They need the conversion here, down by 6 from the Forest Lake 29, and time is called.
Yeah, good timeout here. Make sure that everybody knows what they're doing. It's not going to do any good with that timeout in your back pocket.
I didn't see them point. Who called it?
I believe Anoka did.
Okay. That would make more sense. Oh, we're getting word that it was Forest Lake who called the timeout. Either way,
yeah.
Whatever team called the timeout, both teams could use it because they want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. If you're on the defensive side of the ball or the offensive side of the ball. And what is going to be a 4th down and 10, the Tornadoes need to come up with a conversion here.
Well, what started out as a sloppy game has really turned into a good one, Jim.
Right, exactly. Anoka scored the first touchdown, but Forest Lake had a hard time holding on to the ball. A couple of pitch plays ended up on the turf. Anoka turned one of those into a touchdown off of that momentum. Our lead at halftime score was 13-9. Forest Lake after Anoka kicked that field goal, but then Anoka scored 3 unanswered touchdowns in the 3rd quarter. But now they're down by 6 after a Forest Lake comeback. 4th down and 10 here for Frecking. And a flag. Whistle and a flag. False start, I think, is the preliminary indication. Yep, false start, Anoka. That'll make it tougher, 4th and 15.
Let's see if we can see it here. That's tough to see right there.
It was subtle, if anything.
Well, one sideline's going to go crazy after this play.
4th and 15. 3 receivers bunched here to the near side. You see him at the bottom of your screen. 4th and 15. High snap. Frecking brings it down. He plants. He throws to the near sideline. Paulson up after it. It was deflected and it's incomplete. Tried to find Paulson. He got a hand on it, but there was plenty of coverage. And with 47.9 seconds remaining, the Forest Lake defense holds. And they're up by 6.
Yeah, they were looking for the right man, and he was going up against 3 defenders. Couldn't come down with it, and it looks like Forest Lake's going to walk out of Goodrich Field with a victory tonight. But a great effort by both teams, that's for sure. There's a look at it. And they had Mr. Paulson covered up with 47 seconds to play. They can just kneel down.
And he's the guy to go to. He's their playmaker, but of course the defense knows that too. It'll be victory formation for the Forest Lake Rangers on 1st down and 10. Scoreboard shows that both teams have 1 timeout, and Anoka does have a timeout because Forest Lake did call that defensive timeout earlier. So Anoka will call a quick timeout here with 44 seconds remaining. I don't know. I'd have to go back maybe 2020, the year that they went 3-2, that the Rangers won their first 2 games. But they had 3 straight years there. They were 2-7. They were 1-8. Then they had 4 consecutive years where they went 0-9. They had a lengthy losing streak. You might have to go back to 2010. I don't know when's the last time they won their first 2 games of the season. And they're 44 seconds left to go. And there's going to be some excitement about football at Forest Lake High School with head coach Brad Beskow here and what he's done.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they got some dudes. You know, they got some kids. They got some size. They got some speed. got a quarterback that seems to know what he's doing with the ball, a couple of running backs and receivers, so they're going to be a tough out this year.
2nd down and 12 after the previous kneel down. Another. And now there is nothing that Anoka can do to stop the clock, and basically the game clock and the play clock are the same. I don't think the Rangers have to snap the ball again, maybe just once more. There might be a few more tenths on the game clock. So just to be safe, another snap, another knee, and this is a final. A seesaw game. Forest Lake with a huge comeback in the second half. A big third and fourth quarter. They shut Anoka out in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, they scored 2 touchdowns, and that's how you win the game. You win the fourth quarter, and that's what Forest Lake did tonight, Pete.
Yeah, Forest Lake did not give up. They played a complete game, as Anoka did. Both teams, you got to take your hat off to them. Warm night here, but both of them played extremely well, and Forest Lake came out on top.
Our player of the game here tonight comes from the Anoka Tornadoes, and it is Eli Paulson. What an electric night here tonight. There he catches little quarterback lateral pass from the backup quarterback, Padani. Frucking again, finding Paulson here in the middle, and then he did the rest of the work, just making defensive backs miss.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's probably leading the state in receiving right now.
And you see the post-game handshake. Forest Lake opens their season 2-0. They host Osseo. That'll be a good test. Coming up next week at home. Forest Lake has played 2 Thursday games here as well, so that'll be their first Friday game next week against the Orioles at Forest Lake High School. Meanwhile, for Anoka, their first road game of the season. It'll be a non-league game, non-sub-district game as they take on the Blaze at Burnsville at 7 o'clock. Well, Pete, thank you. Great working with you here tonight. A beautiful night for football. We had a good, exciting back and forth seesaw game. Unfortunately, the home team didn't pull out the win, but congratulations to the Forest Lake Rangers for their win tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. That was a lot of fun. And if all the games on QCTV are like